you know, once again, we're here at the Cedar Rapids Jefferson Invitational. Coming in here, we got 38 ranked wrestlers, 37 from Iowa, 1 from Illinois. I didn't see if he was in the tournament or not. At 195 is Reese Durbin from Lake Forest. As Reese Durbin,
I did not see him.
Not
Jamie.
at weight class 195. We'll move up here as see if he is at weight class 220. He is not. So 37 ranked wrestlers coming into the tournament. Some of those wrestlers not wrestling here today, and you know, one of them, Polmeyer, up at 120. So you know, a tough tournament once again, and that's what Coach Voss likes to see, as he likes to get these kids wrestling some good competition as they move forward down the line. And once again, we've already had 2 matches, as Patrick Woods with a fall in 22 seconds, Logan Riley picking up a fall for the Hawks. Sam Phillips, excuse me. All 3 of those guys picking up falls for the Hawks to start this day off. So we will keep an eye on the West Delaware Hawks, as we've got a West Delaware Alburnett matchup over on the far side, as Bo Vasky is taking on that's Muscatine, taking on Tyler Yates from Muscatine. He's a junior at 11-2. Vasky, a senior at 17-9. Vasky's in on a single leg on the outside. He's going to lose it, and Yates is going to square up with him, and they're back on their feet. 1:35 left to go in this first period. We're caught up. We're hooked up. We're ready to go with wrestling here. It took us a while this morning, as we had some issues finding a table, but we sent the mole after a table. And I believe you got this one from the janitor's closet this morning.
After a lot of digging, Jamie, and I hope we don't have
we took the chairs out of a mechanical room. You took the table out of a janitor's closet. And
I hope we don't have a hive of angry janitors looking for their table. But I don't know. I left them a nice note. If they want it, they can come and we'll wrestle them for it.
Yeah, we're going to wrestle
them. We'll wrestle them for it. So, well, 59 seconds left to go. First period. It's Vasky and Yates. I'll tell you what, this is a must-win for Bo Vasky to get himself on the front side of the bracket, and he's in on another single. He's got to finish. That's the second single has been in, head to the inside. Now he's got the right leg of Yates up in the air, and again, strong counter by Yates. Heavy-legged and heavy-hipped is Tyler Yates, but Vasky was in deep on that shot, and once again did not finish that shot. He's been in twice now, and a very defensive-minded Tyler Yates. Bo Vasky needs to keep the offense on, keep shooting. Yates has not taken a shot yet. It's been all Vasky on his feet. And then now a nice 2-on-1 by Vasky. He's got the right arm of Yates controlled. Yates is 11-12. So just a matter of Vasky getting after Yates here and using that experience. I know Bo Vasky did not feel good about his tournament last week at Benton Community, so he's got an opportunity for a little redemption today here at Cedar Rapids Jefferson. And 9 seconds left to go in the first period. And here's a point where you probably want to just go 0-0. Don't force a bad shot right here and give up 2 with short time left. And we're going to go the second period. Vasky's got the green leg band on today. It's going to be his choice. Let's see what he decides to do. He's going to go down to start off, so no deferring there. Coach Lentz and Coach Payton in the corner, and that was right now finger pointing down, and no hesitation there by Coach Chris Lenz in the corner. So we'll see what Tyler Yates has for an offense up on top. Goes to a legger, put that cross body right in on the left side, and a power half Nelson on the right side of Bo Vasky. So Vasky's got some work left to do here. Now a power half Nelson by Yates. He's got it in deep. You could kind of see that coming as Vasky came to a tripod stand-up on the whistle, and Yates went to that claw ride, and he was just setting up the cross body ride on the left, and he slapped the leg in, and now he's got Bo Vasky stretched out, and no back points yet, but he's got that half Nelson in deep. Maybe we can get a stalemate here, as Yates has been riding the cross body ride now for 40 seconds and no turning there, so maybe our official will give us a stalemate as Yates still has that leg in on the left side, still working the power half Nelson. Vasky doing a nice job keeping his chest down, not letting Yates rotate his hips to expose his back. 1:04 left to go, second period. Again, Vasky's got to score here, at least get a point, because it's going to be Yates' choice to go to the third period. Still a double leg now. Yates is in. Let's get a stalemate there, Mr. Official. He's been on the leg now for 1 minute and 13 seconds. No back points there. Thank you very much. Stalemate. And Vasky's going to get reset here, and Yates is going to ride the left side Yates is going to ride the right side of Vasky this time. So Vasky's got to come with that stand-up. Vasky's sitting around, and here comes a leg again. And Vasky catches the leg. We'll see if he can turn this into 2. He kind of baited Yates. Yates put the cross-body right in on the right side, and Vasky caught that right knee. And let's see now if he can come out the back door and score 2 here. 27 seconds. He's got to come out the back door, stay high, and shake Yates off. Yates is doing a good job staying behind the arms of Vasky. Vasky still has that leg hooked. He's got to get his head and chest up. 17 seconds yet to go. Vasky with his head down. Yates still behind the arm now. 10 seconds left to go. Vasky up high now. Let's see if he can turn this into 2. He's got a hip heist and get his hips down. And Yates is going to leech on to him and hang on. And no points scored there. Great opportunity for Bo Vasky there to score. And didn't get the 2-point reversal. It's going to be Yates' choice to start the third period, and he's going to go right to the down position. What a great opportunity there for Jamie, and he just didn't move enough underneath.
Yeah, he didn't. And, you know, you got to when you choose down, you got to get out of there, and he wasn't able to do that now. Now he's got to try to ride Yates out for this period and or get some back points. If you're close to giving him if he's close to coming up, you got to let him go and go to work on your feet and try to get a late takedown.
Now that was a stand-up by Yates, and Vasky dropped in on a double, lifted Yates up off the mat, tried to Turk him on the way down, and Yates scissored his legs. So 1:41 left to go, 0-0 still up on the scoreboard again. You know, Bo Vasky, he didn't travel much out of that center ring when Yates put the legs in. Again, you've got to create space, you've got to create some distance, and make Yates adjust to it. There's a nice tight waist chop by Vasky on the right side. Tight waist with the right, chop with the left. Now a head lever by Vasky. 1:30 left to go. Yates with the short sit. Now Yates with the stand-up. Vasky picks up a single, drops back in on Yates. Got to come around the waist. He's still got that knee. Got to come in. Yates is a legger where you can't let him go over the top of you. Yates is going to pick up 2. Vasky's going to come through the back legs, come out of the scramble. No change there. Good scramble by Bo Vasky. Yates now in another short sit position. Vasky goes to the tilt. Off the edge of the mat they go. That's just what the doctor ordered right there, but off the edge of the mat, no points. Going to got to stop that first move. The West Delaware Hawks are 3 for 3 this first round with 3 falls. Bo Vasky would like to make it 4 for 4. There's a stand-up by Yates. Short sit now by Yates. Stand-up now by Yates. Vasky drops in on a double. He's got to lift him. Yates now faces Vasky away. Vasky lifts, drops Yates back down to the mat. 52 seconds left to go. Nice series of movements by the senior from West Delaware. Again, a lot of counter wrestling there. You got to get on the offensive now, Jamie. Like to see that bulldog tilt come back to Bo Vasky's offense.
Yeah, because you're sitting here right now, a little tilt with this short of time left. You've got 45 seconds. Could win you the match. So you got to get going here if you're Bo Vasky.
Again, you can't give up any points here right now with 45 seconds left to go. You got to keep the ride on. Again, this is that situation. You work in the wrestling room. There's the head lever by Vasky. Stand up by Yates. Vasky drops in on the single. Yates tries to find the edge of the mat. Vasky goes to the ball and chain, picks up Yates, drives him off the edge of the mat. We're going to get a restart, 34 seconds. Vasky pops up to his feet, bounces back and forth. Yates slow back to the center. So planning a little bit of strategy is Tyler Yates. We'll see if Bo Vasky's got something big set up for. Vasky goes to the other side, short sit by Yates. Vasky goes to a tight waist, head lever. Now switches back to the left side, 25 seconds left to go. Vasky tying up that arm. He's got an opportunity for a tilt here. Stand up by Yates. Bo Vasky drops in on a single. He lifts Yates up off the mat. 15 seconds left to go. Now Vasky drives Yates back down to the mat. And it looks like we could have an overtime here with 9 seconds left to go. Just keep him on the edge of the mat there, Bo Vasky. Take him into overtime. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, that's going to do it. We've got our first overtime match of the day. Now we'll see if Bo Vasky can get back to work on the shots. He had a couple of great shots there in that first period. Couldn't quite finish him. Now let's see if he's got some juice left in the tank. 1 minute, sudden death. Yates comes to that square stance. Vasky in on a single. Let's see if he can finish it. Great shot by Vasky. There's 2. There's 2. 2-0 lead in overtime. 7 seconds into overtime. Vasky's going to get the shot. Come through the back door. 2-0 in sudden death overtime. Bo Vasky will move on, and he will take on Curtis Ilg from Clinton. He's a senior at 9-9. So, Jamie, another winnable match there for Bo Vasky in the quarters.
Yeah, it really is. And, he's got to take advantage of that. Look at what you just did. You came in, you wrestled a hard match right off the bat, and that's gonna play to his factor here as he moves on throughout the day. As he's already got that match where Ilg is sitting up there with a first-round bye. Bo Vasky should be warmed up and ready to go here moving forward.
Well, we're going to have a short standstill here, Jamie, as weight class 145. Tim Tutton draws a first-round bye. He will have the winner of Tanner Frost from Boone and Bryce Paul from Alburnett. Weight class 152, Max Ridenauer drew a first-round bye, and he will take on in the quarterfinals. He will take on Brendan Anderson from Council Bluffs. TJ, I'll tell you what, he is a junior with 36 matches. And all their tournaments they go to must be dual team tournaments to come up with 36 matches with a busy part of your season left to wrestle. That is just a boatload of matches. And then at weight class 160, Jake Voss draws a first round bye. So the Bye brothers were not very kind to the West Delaware Hawks. You like to come in here with the first round match. Jamie, when I was searching for the table, I did see the West Delaware Hawks that had first round matches. They were doing wind sprints in the hallway, and they were working up quite a sweat. So I don't think they'll be cold going into that next round. They've got themselves loose and ready. Our next match for the West Delaware Hawks will be at weight class 170, where Brett Lammers for West Delaware, seeded number 3, he will take on Riley Fiffner from Benton Community. He's a freshman at 6-2. And we'll check and see if they wrestled on Thursday night. Fiffner's only got 2 losses on the year. And then it'll be busy as Coy Russell will have a match at 182. He'll be taking on Devontae Ellis from Muscatine. He's a junior at 11-3. And then Scott Taylor for the West Delaware Hawks will have a match with Boris Petrushik from Johnston. He's a sophomore at 6-5. And then at 220, Will Wenger will have a first round bye. Also, he'll take on the winner of Gannon Gremmel from Dubuque Hempstead, who's 21-0, or Cody Charbonneau from Fort Madison. That'll be a first round match at 220. And then at 285, Richard Heverin had a first round bye. So, Jamie, we've only got a couple matches left this round.
Yeah, and like you said, for the Hawks, they got to be ready. You got to remember, just because you don't have a first-round match and you're in the quarterfinals, it really doesn't mean nothing at this point, because you have yet to score the team any points, because you don't get those advancement points unless you win in your next match. So this is this quarterfinal round of this tournament is so important to get going and try to get some team points.
Well, you're exactly right. We'll just kind of play it out here and see what happens. Again, if you're just joining us on KMCH.com today, we appreciate that. And hopefully you're not a Mediacom subscriber and having trouble with your internet access today. If you are, well, when you get set up and hooked back up, hopefully you'll dial us in or click us on or whatever you do with your computer, and we'll have us. We'll be here for a good portion of your day today. Again, some brackets today have are full brackets. Some brackets today just have their 16 teams here. I don't think we have one full bracket here, but as far as the quality individuals, we have 37 ranked individuals. We have some highly ranked teams. Alburnett is ranked number 1 in Class 1A. Johnson is ranked in the top of 3A. Of course, West Delaware is ranked number 5 in Class 2A. Oskaloosa is ranked in the top 15 of Class 3A. So there's some good wrestlers here today. At weight class 106, there are 3 ranked wrestlers today. Weight class 113, we have 5 ranked wrestlers. Again, this is overall 3 classes, 1A, 2A, 3A. Weight class 120, there are 3 ranked wrestlers. Weight class 126, 5 ranked wrestlers. Weight class 132, 1. Weight class 138, 1. Weight class 145, 4. Weight class 152, 3. Weight class 160, one ranked wrestler. That's Jake Voss. Weight class 170, 5 ranked wrestlers. Weight class 182, 4 ranked wrestlers. Weight class 195, 2 ranked wrestlers. Weight class 220, 1 ranked wrestler. And 285, Quentin Taylor from Benton Community is ranked in class 2A. So there is at least 1 ranked wrestler at 185 or 285.
I'm not sure he is ranked anymore.
Did he drop out of the rankings?
I think he might have.
I know you've got your stats there. You'll check that out for us.
Nope. He is not ranked.
So he dropped out of the rankings. He was ranked earlier. So we have no ranked wrestlers at 285. So let's take a short break. It's going to be a while before we have our next wrestler up for West Delaware. So stay with us. You're listening to Hold by Hold Wrestling Action right here on KMCH.com today. Jamie Vaskey, this is Roger Reed. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to the Cedar Rapids Jefferson Jayhawk Invitational. Jamie Vaskey, Roger Reed back with you here. Once again, appreciate those of you tuning in with us here today on KMCH.com. Once again, I put out that challenge out there to those whoever's listening out in Hertford, North Carolina, in the Carolinas areas. Hey, if you're listening on a mobile device, let us know how you're doing that, because we've yet to find a way for our listeners to tune in on KMCH.com, the second stream from mobile devices. So whatever app or any program you're listening to, we'd like to know it, because I know a lot of people would like to listen from their mobile devices to our broadcast. So let us know. Send me an email at jamievasky@gmail.com. I'd certainly appreciate it. That's Jamie Vaskey, Jamie Vaskey, Vaske @gmail.com. As we're back to action, Coy Russell is up for West Delaware right now as he's taking on Devontae Ellis from Muscatine. Scoreless down there as we start period number 1.
Devontae Ellis, a very long, lean 182-pounder. Coy Russell, again, very short, stocky, very well put together sophomore from West Delaware, 16-10 on the year, having a very, very good sophomore campaign for the West Delaware Hawks at 182. And Jamie, I'm understanding there's still some local Mediacom issues up north anyway. Strawberry Point Mediacom is still out. No internet service and no landline service. So our listeners up that way, hopefully they're going to find a way to get us back on the air at some point. So snow causing some fits up there. All right, back to action. 49 seconds left to go. First period. Ellis with a hard collar tie on Russell, and Russell with the retie. Russell had a nice double, ran out of real estate, and could not pick up the 2. So we're going back to work on our feet. Over on mat number 4, Jamie Vaskey, we have freshman Fiftner from Benton Community taking on Brent Lammers. So we've got 2 West Delaware Hawks. We could have 3 West Delaware Hawks up as Scotty Taylor is on deck at weight class 195. Brent Lammers in on a double. He's going to take Fiftner to his backside, and that's a bang-bang as Coy Russell with 8 seconds left to go in on a freight train double sets Ellis to his backside. So tag team doubles there by Lammers and Russell. Now a nice Turk by Lammers as he finds Fiftner on his back. Could get the fall here with 1:19 left to go. Referee down looking close. That's got to be the fall there, Jamie. I'm not sure what our officials are looking for right there. Ready to slap the mat as Lammers came out of that double with the Turkey, and now reverse half Nelson. Couldn't get the fall. Wow.
Look close.
Ellis is going to choose down to start the second period. And Russell up on top. Russell with a very nice tight waist, controlling the hips of Ellis with the right and working with a nice inside wrist on the left, and applying a lot of pressure forward. And the Hawks have not lost a match this first round, so they are in great shape. And hopefully they can keep the ball rolling here as this tournament progresses. However, I'm sure the going will get a little tougher as this tournament goes on. Nice butcher by Lammers. He has Fiftner on his back. There's the fall, 115. Lammers will win by a fall. That's the way you like to see it done right there. The number 10 ranked, I think that's too low for Lammers. He's ranked number 10 in Class 2A. Has a fall in 115. So he will take on Eric Hovey from Cedar Rapids Jefferson, the junior at 12-10. The bottom seed, the number 2 seed on the bottom side of the bracket is Cody Jones from Oskaloosa. There's a nice chicken wing by Russell. He's got 52 seconds left. He's got Ellis going to his back. Well, he's got to take that other step, and he's going to settle in. A high bridge by Ellis. He's going to try to roll Russell through. Now Russell trying to put in a reverse half Nelson, misses it, but he's going to pick up a 2-near fall. That's a huge 2-near fall for Corey Russell with 35 seconds left to go. Now stand up turn in by Ellis, and he's going to pick up a 1-point escape, 4-1. So a good series of moves, Jamie. We've seen Corey Russell work that wing series. He's getting a little better with it. At least he was a little bit more patient with it today. Last Saturday we saw him get just a little impatient with that wing, and that got him in trouble a couple of times.
Well, it did, and like you said, it was there, and he would just run and take off with it without really having it locked up. So a better job there by Corey Russell, taking his time and letting that thing develop. 3
seconds left to go in the second period, and Russell is going to take a 4-1 lead to the third period. Let's check whose choice it's going to be. It's going to be Corey Russell's choice. He takes a look over to Coach Mitch Payton. Coach Phillips over there in the corner, Coach Payton and Coach Phillips. And both of them said, hey, let's go neutral. So Corey Russell, let's see if he can set up that double again. He's got a good one. Tell you what, he gets in on the legs and blocks the knees and keeps his feet driving. Ellis now trying to work some upper body, some double underhooks on Russell. Russell blocking off with his head. There's a body lock by Ellis. He's going to try to launch. Oh, there's a body lock by Russell, and he picks up 2, no back points. Russell tried to hit him with a headlock and didn't sit his hips out to the side. It's 4-3 right now. Inside wrist by Russell, by Ellis, half Nelson, trying to run that half. Nice stand up by Russell. He's going to face Ellis. Try to get a stand up, maybe a standing switch. He's reaching back right now, which is not very good position. He's going to pick up a 1-point escape. Now see if he can set up that cattle catcher, and Ellis is going to back out. There's a 1-point escape by Russell. It's 5-3 now with 1:05 left to go in the match.
And I'm not sure where did that third point come from? I believe, wasn't it
Ellis?
Yeah.
That was a stand-up, Jamie, and then a 2-point takedown.
I got you.
There was an escape at the end of the second period, and then he got his takedown here in the third.
Okay.
As Russell chose neutral. 44 seconds left to go. Corey Russell hanging on to a precarious 5-3 lead. This Devontae Ellis from Muscatine is very long and rangy. Collar tie by Ellis, and a knee pick by Ellis, and he drives Russell over the backside, picks up 2. Now 1-point escape by Russell. It's 6-5 now with 22 seconds left to go. Ellis on the prowl right now. Russell's got it there. Now Russell in on a double. He's going to send Ellis to his backside and pick up 2. That's just what the doctor ordered right there with 12 seconds left. Corey Russell is going to advance with an 8-5 win. That's huge. Russell will advance to the quarterfinals with a very fine 8-5 win right there. And Jamie, what I liked about that was Corey Russell kept his poise out there. And he gave up that leg takedown, then got an escape, but he didn't get shook there. He set up a good shot, and he finished it.
Absolutely, and that's, like you said, when he just about got thrown to his back, it would have been real easy for him to just kind of give up there, but he did a great job coming back. He got the escape right away and came right up and got another takedown and salted away. Nice job by Corey Russell.
And that's what Coach Voss talked about on the Coach's Corner this morning with you is where early in the season some of those guys get thrown to their back, might have been pinned. Well, at this point of the year, they're starting to fight off. And again, as the season progresses, being able to fight off your back and not give up the fall is going to be huge. Well, Scotty Taylor is going to take on Boris Petrushik from Johnston. He's a sophomore at 6-5. Taylor's a senior at 15-13. So got a couple of even Stevens here going to go at it. Hopefully those 28 matches that Scott Taylor has wrestled will pay dividends here, and the 2 years experience here. Petrushik, short, stocky, heavy-legged, heavy-hipped, wearing that Johnston Dragon uniform, that gold and black, or that gold and purple uniform of the Johnston Dragons. West Delaware has their all-black singlets on with the orange WD on the left side, and the Hawks horizontally printed across the back, outlined in white. Taylor's got the red leg band on. Petrushik with the green leg bands on today. There's a double leg by Petrushik in deep. Taylor's really good here, but he gave up 2. Petrushik got in on a double, cut the corner on Taylor. Usually Scott Taylor's real good right there, but Petrushik got in deep and finished the shot. So Taylor will go down 2-0 with 1:25 left to go. It appears, Jamie, they're going to come right back through. We got some 106-pounders up on the mat, so no break here. So we've got 4 mats on the Cedar Rapids Jefferson gym floor. There's a head lever by Petrushik. Tight waist with the left, head lever with the right. He's got Scott Taylor posted on his right side. Scott Taylor's got to get his outside leg up and post that left arm. But the Petrushik doing a nice job applying forward pressure, tying up the arms of Taylor. 1:01 left to go the first period. Now an inside wrist by Petrushik. Double inside wrist now by Petrushik. Taylor chest down, head down. So he's got some work to do here. Taylor, some work to do here trying to score some points. You got to come out of the mat here with 45 seconds left to go. There's a half Nelson now by Petrushik on the left side, or excuse me, the right side of Taylor. Tries to crank Taylor over to his back, and Taylor does a nice job this time blocking off. So now Taylor up to all fours. Taylor up to all fours, and you got to score here. 25 seconds left to go. Got to get up on all fours and try to hit a sit out or stand up or some sort of move so you can get back into this match going into the second period. All right, Patrick Woods is on deck, Jamie. So, and no points there. Scott Taylor was going to his back right there. I tell you what, Petrushik made that look awful easy as he went around the front of Scott Taylor and circled the head and scooped the left arm and threw him to his back. But ran out of time. Scott Taylor's going to choose neutral. So 2-0, 1:57 left, second period underway. You know, Scott Taylor's got some work to do. The young sophomore from Johnston, 6-5 coming in here. The winner of this will take on top-seeded Riley Prescott from Fort Dodge, who's a senior at 21-7. So Scott Taylor working the collar tie. Petrushik, a lot of forward pressure. And if Scott Taylor could hit that sweep single, I think Petrushik would fall face forward right to the mat. 1:32 left to go, second period. Again, the Hawks have been perfect this round, have not lost a match. They are 5 for 5. Taylor trying to make it 6 for 6, but with some work left to do. Will Wenger at 220 receives a bye. Rich Heverin at 285 will receive a bye. And then they will be ready to start back through. They've got some 106-pounders ready to wrestle on the mat already. West Delaware with several first-round byes, and at 106 today, Austin Howell, the freshman, is not wrestling for the Hawks, so they will have an open weight today. Max Ridenour, however, will be back in the lineup at 152 after missing out last Saturday at the Benton Community Meet. 50 seconds left here. Petrushik hanging on to a 2-0 lead. And again, Scott Taylor's got to find something that's going to work here. Got to find some offense. And again, he is more defensively minded than he is offensively minded. He's lacking a certain amount of confidence on his shot on his feet. And I think he would rather work some defense there. Tried to hit a couple of throw-bys. Tried to hit a couple throw-bys, and Petrushik not going for that. And a hard collar tie by Taylor, retie by Petrushik on the right side. 15 seconds left to go. Again, 2 minutes of pushing and shoving. Jamie Vasquez, that's not going to get the job done.
No, it's not. You've got to take a shot. You've got to do something here, but unfortunately, like you said, it's not going to get it done, but you got another period. You got to try to do something here in this last period.
And Petrusiak is going to choose down. Out in front of us at weight class 106, Patrick Woods trying to
13.
Continue his pin fest here.
113.
113. Patrick Woods trying to continue his pin fest in the last week or so. He's taking on Alexander Malarkey from Lake Forest, who's 2-6, and that was a 3-second. That was a 3-second takedown by Woods.
And there's an escape over on the far side for Petrusiak. And it's going to make it 3-0 now here with 1:35 left to go in this match with Scott Taylor.
Patrick Woods now working a farmer on Malarkey, and he's got Malarkey to his back. And this could be a fall right here as our official is down looking close. Woods trying to go 2 for 2. And there's a fall in 24 seconds, Jamie Vasky. So Woods is 2 for 2. This one in 24 seconds. He's making a run at that Gregorian award today for the most pins in the least amount of time. He's got 2 in 46 seconds. He's in the semifinals right now. Nathan Feldman from Dubuque Hempstead and Ethan Kaziak from Johnston. The winner of that will be his opponent in that semifinal. Back over to mat number 2. Mat number 3 with Taylor and Petrusiak. And 54 seconds left to go. It is 3-0 in favor of the sophomore. And again, Jamie, there's a nice throw by Taylor's behind Petrusiak. Hey, you got to do that right from the go by. Slide by Taylor. You know, force that pressure early. Force that tempo early. That's a good shot for him. As Petrusiak went to the collar tie, there's Taylor working that again. 34 seconds. Boy, he's got to do something feet to back now. Set up a headlock, 30 seconds left to go. The clock is running on Scotty Taylor. Collar tie by Petrusiak, a retie by Taylor. And again, not much going on. A couple of nice throw-by attempts by Taylor. He could not pick up any points from it. He's got 17 seconds left. A fireman's carry, a headlock, a lateral drop, something to create some back points. 13 seconds. Now Petrusiak backing off. There's going to be a warning on Petrusiak for backing off. But you know what, Jamie? You got to force that tempo early on, and you can't wait till there's 8 seconds left to go to get that stalling call. You got to force that from the get-go. Petrusiak is going to win this match 3-0. So the sophomore,
5-0.
So the sophomore from Johnston will move on, and Scott Taylor will get thrown to the backside, and he will have a bye. And he will take on the loser of match number 15, which will be Kyle Salazar from Oskaloosa or Justin Gilliams from Clinton. So we'll see Scott Taylor on the backside, but not for a while, as he's got a first round bye, a backside bye. So, well, we had no West Delaware wrestlers at 106 again. And at 106, or at 113, Patrick Woods, 2 for 2 for the West Delaware Hawks. Like to see that, Jamie. He's wrestling with a lot of confidence, Patrick Woods is.
I think so, and you know he's going to be pretty tough to beat in this tournament. You know he's going to definitely get some competition here today, as you're going to have Feldman. We'll see if Feldman from Dubuque Hempstead comes out of that, but that next quarterfinal. Then you got Eric Birnbaum and Zach Fowler in there as well. So you know if he wins this today, it's going to be a tough one.
You're exactly right. All 4 of those are ranked as Birnbaum.
Just like Polmeyer could have been in there.
Yeah. Slap Henry Polmeyer in there, and then you've got a real one going on. Weight class 120 for West Delaware, Logan Riley with a first round fall in 52 seconds. He should be coming up, and he'll be taking on Kyle Briggs from Cedar Rapids Jefferson, who's 16-6. That's going to be an interesting match. I'm looking forward to that match. I think a great opportunity for, there's Quentin Taylor for Benton Community winning by a fall over Alburnett. So weight class 120, Logan Riley will be up taking on Kyle Briggs. And then at weight class 126, Sam Phillips with the first round fall over Garrett Warner from Benton Community. And again, it'll be another Cedar Rapids Jefferson matchup as he will take on Patrick Rashid from Cedar Rapids Jefferson. He's seeded number 4 at 17-5. That will be a very, very interesting match. Sam Phillips, 21-3, having an excellent senior campaign. They might have an upset over there on mat number 4, Jamie. I'm not sure if that's at 106.
That's 106. That's Moyer and Lara. That's a 2 seed.
Okay, Tristan Lara from Fort Dodge with a big-time headlock on Ben Moyer from Alburnett.
Not quite 113.
What's that?
113, it would have been an upset.
Yeah. This is true. This is true. So, again, that was a nice headlock. All right.
In the hole for mat 2.
Moving up to weight class 132, Connor Wickman with the first round bye. And Jamie, I'm not sure, was that Chase Sini that he will be taking on at 132?
Excuse me. Yes.
Chase Sini
he won by fall.
He won by fall over Adam Hancock from Dubuque Hempstead.
Yep.
Sini is a junior at 9-3. And that must have been a draw there, Jamie. Hancock is seeded 4 at 1-5, so I'm sure that was probably a misprint there when they did the brackets. So there you go, 132. Bo Vasky going to take on Curtis Ilg, who's 9-9. So another winnable match for Vasky. Tim Tutton's got a tough one, as he'll be taking on Bryce Paul from Alburnett, the sophomore, 24-4. Now weight class 145. Tim Tutton 12-12 coming into the tournament. His first year wrestling varsity full time and wrestling a little bit better as of late. 160, Jake Voss with the first round bye. And we'll have his opponent for you here.
Who's that?
160, Jake Voss.
Yep. He will take on Tanner Hoyer from Alburnett.
Tanner Hoyer, a freshman.
Won by fall.
Tanner Hoyer from Alburnett. He's a freshman at 9-13. And then Brent Lammers will take on Eric Hovey. So it's kind of, this round's going to be kind of a West Delaware Hawk, Cedar Rapids Jefferson Jayhawk, a duel, as there are 4 or 5 head-to-head matches here. So, Jamie, that Henry Pohlmeyer over here on mat number 2 is wrestling 120. I can't believe he's a huge 120-pounder. How does he make 113?
I've seen him throw I saw him throw a headlock in the first period, and then I've also seen him go with another kind of a desperation move over there. So maybe that's his ticket at 120 pounds.
I'll tell you what, he fills that singlet up. I'm not sure how he makes weight class 113. But that was quite a final match last year between he and Patrick Woods. I believe it was 3-2 or 2-1, and that was Woods' lone defeat last year en route to his state championship match. Again, Coach Voss talked about that coming in here today, and again earning your spurs, earning your wings here today. And today's all about the individual. You're taking one match at a time, and you're working hard to wrestle for yourself today. And the strength of the individual is the strength of the team today. And that's the whole goal, is to see if the Hawks can come away with another top 4 finish today. And I'm telling you what, that would be quite a feather in their cap today in this quality tournament.
Now wrestling on match number 1, weight class.
It wasn't too many years ago here, Jamie, where this tournament was fighting some teams and fighting numbers, and they've done a nice job at building this tournament back up and getting some quality individuals and some quality teams back into it.
Well, they certainly have, and that's what you like to see is You know, we kind of talked about that with Coach Voss last week with the Benton Community Tournament. They kind of went through the same thing. Not so much the numbers, but the competition may have been down a little bit, but that one came back, and that was obvious last week. And then you get this one's the same way. Is it, you know, for a couple years it was a struggle. I mean, I remember one year, what was there, 8 or 9 teams here is all, and they still did the 16-man brackets, but it's coming back in full force here, and it's good to see.
So that's good to see, and it's a good test. You know, next week the Hawks will travel to Louisa Muscatine, I believe, Jamie, and we will not cover that match. However, there are 2 back-to-back Thursdays that are going to be huge for the West Delaware Hawks and Walmack Wrestling. This Thursday, we will travel to Epworth for quite a couple of duels there. The West Delaware Hawks and the Western Dubuque Bobcats, who have come on as of late with a nice finish last weekend at the Linn-Mar Duels. The Bobcats took down the host Linn-Mar Lions and lost to a very good Mediapolis team in the finals, but they came out of that 4-1. So the Hawks will travel to Epworth on Thursday for a Walmack action with the host Bobcats and the Beckman Blazers coming in.
And we'll have all 3 of those duels on KMCH on the mainstream and 94.7. So we'll cover all 3 of those duels next Thursday from Epworth.
And then next Saturday, the Hawks will travel to Louisa Muscatine. And then the following Thursday, I see, Jamie, they have officially named the trophy the Buckdell Trophy.
Buckdell?
Yeah, BUC-DEL. Buchanan, Delaware. I don't know who came up with that, but that was a nice article in the Predicament. The Buckdell Trophy will be up for grabs at Independence. And then 2 weeks from today will be the Walmack tournament, also at Independence. And I'll tell you what, you can strap it on for that. That is, there's about 4 teams that are capable of winning that. There are about 4 teams that are capable of winning that Walmack tournament this year, and it's going to be whoever shows up and is ready to wrestle, who's ever hot. And we will be there with all the action, and that's going to be an exciting day. So let's take another short time out, and we'll be back with Logan Riley from West Delaware taking on Kyle Briggs, and Sam Phillips taking on Patrick Rashad. So stay with us. You're listening to Hold by Hold Wrestling Action right here from Cedar Rapids Jefferson on KMCH.com.
Welcome back into the Cedar Rapids Jefferson Jayhawk Invitational. Jamie Vaskey, Roger Reed back with you now as we are getting back to action. Up for the West Delaware Hawks on mat number 2 is Sam Phillips, as Sam Phillips taking on Patrick Rashid. And it's 2-1 right out the bat here as we're just 30 seconds into it. A takedown for Patrick Rashid. 1-point escape for Sam Phillips, and here's Rashid in on another single leg.
Yeah, Jamie, he's very, very quick, and he took Phillips down with a slide by, and covered the hips, and now he's got Phillips in a single. He's going to try to back trip Sam Phillips, and Phillips is going to go down for another takedown. He's now down 4-1, and we'll see if Rashid's going to let him back up. He is, and Sam Phillips is good on his feet. He's going to work himself back into this match. Should be 4-2 in favor of Rashid. We got 3-2 up there. Now Rashid in on a low shot. Phillips in a nice position here to scramble out of it. He likes to work in this position. Rashid trying to come out the back door, and we're going to get potentially dangerous and stop it. It's 4-2, 37 seconds left. But very short, stocky Patrick Rashid is a senior at 17-5, and he's done a nice job attacking. He's done a nice job attacking the legs, the low-level legs of Sam Phillips. 27 seconds left to go. Very methodical match. There's a sweep single again by Rashid. He's going to try to come out the back door. Phillips is going to try to roll out, scramble situation. Let's see if he can come out of the scramble. No points yet. Phillips has got to go down. Granby roll out of it by Phillips. Scramble position again. Phillips trying to come out the back door, and that's going to be a 2-point takedown by Rashid. No points yet. And there's 2 right there by Rashid, so it's going to be a 6-2 lead with takedown with 3 seconds left to go in the period. And let's see whose choice it is. It's going to be Rashid's choice, and Phillips has to go down to score here and try to cut the gap. Over on the far side, we have Logan Riley, I believe, for West Delaware taking on Kyle Briggs. So we'll watch that. We'll watch that match too as they're side by side. There's Rashid trying to come with a cross body ride on the right side of Phillips. And Briggs in between the legs of Riley. Logan Riley wrestling today at 120. And Briggs trying to come through the door. Riley hanging on for dear life, trying to work that scramble situation. Rashid now with the cross body in on Phillips with a power half Nelson. 1:30 left to go. Phillips has to get back to his feet. Briggs is going to come out the back door and pick up a 2-point takedown. And Riley right back to his feet for a 1-point escape. So it's a 2-1 lead now for Riley. There's a power half Nelson by Rashid. He's got it in deep on Phillips. And Phillips momentarily went to his back and rolled back to his stomach. Tell you what, the senior from Cedar Rapids Jefferson is very tough with the legs in. And I'm not sure if Sam Phillips trying to rock back and forth, trying to free his legs. Over on mat number 2 to the far side, that's Riley and Briggs going at it. And a low single, sweep single by Briggs. And a hard whizzer counter by Riley, trying to work his way out of it. Phillips with 57 seconds left to go gets the cross body out of Rashid. Now let's see if he can work back up to his base. Back to all fours now. Here comes the legs again by Rashid. And Phillips tries to shake him off. See if he can shake him down. Sam Phillips chose down, and Rashid very tough with the legs on top. Puts the cross body right in on the right side, and then with a forearm across the back of Sam Phillips' neck, works that power half Nelson. Phillips doing a nice job now as Rashid off to the side. Let's see if Phillips can shake him down. See if Phillips can get around the head of Rashid. As Rashid gets high, Phillips might be able to pick up 2 here as he's got the arm. He's going to try to work with 18 seconds left to go. He might pick up 2. He's trying to shake Rashid off. 14 seconds left to go. Hey, there's 14 seconds. He quit. There's 13 seconds left on the clock. The Towel Boys smacked the official. And that should have been a 2-point reversal for Sam Phillips. So boy, oh boy, oh boy. We'll see how that starts again. It should have been a 2-point reversal. Sam Phillips. Oh, now they reset the clock. Boy, oh boy, what's the deal with that? Now they have 6-2 up on the board. Boy, oh boy, not sure what happened there. But it wasn't good as Phillips was ready to pick up 2 on Rashid. And we had 13 seconds left on the clock, and I'm not sure how that got out of play there. Over on the far side, Briggs up 4-1 over Riley. Phillips now working a cross-body ride of his own. He's got a high thigh ride on Rashid. And now a hard cross-face from right to left. And I would expect the Jefferson wrestler to play possum underneath. And he's up. He's got a 4-point lead on Phillips. Phillips working a hard power half Nelson, and Rashid belly down, base it out. Phillips now going to work on that high thigh ride on the right side. Now cradle attempt by Phillips. Let's see if he can lock it up. Let's get a stalling call on Rashid for going belly down. No action whatsoever. 1-point escape by Riley with 1:18 left to go. Now it's 4-2. Sam Phillips now being frustrated. That's got to be stalling underneath on Rashid as he's going belly down, not moving a muscle underneath, hanging on to that 4-point lead. Phillips now with the cross body right in, trying to turn Rashid. And we've got to get a stalling against the Jefferson wrestler. Sam Phillips now with a power half Nelson of his own on the left side of Rashid. And Rashid again just basing out. 1 minute and 15 seconds of no action whatsoever by the Jefferson senior. Phillips now with the hard cross body ride trying to crank Rashid over, and once again Rashid goes belly down. Over on the far side, Briggs with the 2-point takedown on Riley, so he goes up 6-2. Sam Phillips takes a peek at the clock and is probably going to cut Rashid loose. That should have been stalling. I can't believe there was not one stalling call there against Rashid as he went belly down. Rashid now has Phillips. Again, no stalling call. Rashid backed right up off the mat. There's a 1-point escape by Riley. It's 6-3 now. 13 seconds left to go. Sam Phillips trying to set up that victory offense, trying to throw Rashid, and he's going to slip off, and Rashid's going to pick up a 2-point takedown, and Phillips is going to lose this match 9-2. So Sam Phillips once again once again, a tough quarterfinal round match, as Rashid will win that 9-2, and I'm not sure what happened. That would have changed the whole outcome of the match. I'm not sure what happened on that. So Sam Phillips now will go to the back side. And he will have the loser of Troy Borsch from Boone and Ian Hurst from Hempstead. So Sam Phillips working his way back to fifth. Again, he can score a lot of points there, but I'm not sure what happened there. But wasn't good. See if we can find the end of it at some point. All right, 9-3 now. Briggs another takedown and a near fall on Riley, so he takes a 9-3 lead. So the Hawks again. We saw this work last weekend at Benton Community, a good first round and then a tough quarterfinal round and then a fantastic finish to the tournament. It's kind of setting up the same way here today. Weight class 132 now. Chase Seeney, 9-3, taking on Connor Wickman, who's 15-8. A cradle now by Briggs from Jefferson has Riley in trouble. Riley finds himself on his back with 1:08 left to go. Wickman right in on a shot on Seeney. So not intimidated whatsoever. There's a long double by Wickman. There's a double underhook by Seeney. Got to be careful if you're Connor Wickman. Seeney's going to lock it up. And Wickman's now has got to fight for his life. That's going to be a 2-point, no points yet off the edge of the mat. We're going neutral. Good call by our official. Riley trying to bridge out of that cradle. 35 seconds left to go, and it appears that he might lose this match 12-3. He's got 29 seconds left to go to try to get something going here. 1:28 left to go, first period. Connor Wickman and Chase Seeney from Fort Madison going at it. Sweep single attempt by Sweeney, nicely countered by Wickman. Wickman's got his fireman's carry set up. It's Kelly. Let's see if he can turn Seeney. He tries to go behind Seeney, and Seeney with a whizzer. Wickman tries the high leg over it, and that's, I'll tell you what, you committed the number one mistake there. You had high legged over a whizzer. Seeney has Wickman on his back. 1 minute left to go. Riley will lose that match 12-3 to Briggs. That's going to be a 3-point near fall by Seeney. So Riley, the loser of 15, will get thrown to the top, and he will have the loser of Damon Dan and Reese Howder. So again, coming back for fifth place here today, he can still score lots of points, but they've got some work to do. All right, Wickman down 5-0 after he high-legged over that whizzer, and Seeney threw him right to his back. So, boy, it looked like he was in great position to set up that fireman's carry, and Seeney slapped him to his back, and he had some work left to do now to get back in this match. Chase Seeney is a junior at 9-3. Wickman, the senior, at 15-8. So we're trying to find somebody that's going to join Patrick Woods.
Yeah, what's going on here? I left to do an update and went 0 for 2 without me.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, Jamie. I'm not sure. There was a little Sam Phillips and Rashid going at it, and there was 13 seconds left on the clock. There's 13 seconds left to go on the clock, and Sam Phillips was about ready for a 2-point reversal, and the towel board was out and swatted the official. So I'm not sure what happened there, but anyway, that would have tightened the match to 6-2 or 6-4. But I'm not sure what happened there. And then Sam Phillips tried a desperation throw there at the end and couldn't quite get it as Rashid. And Rashid, the whole the whole third period just went belly down, no stalling call whatsoever. So, all right, neutral position, Connor Wickman and Chase Seeney. And it's 5-0 in favor of Seeney, courtesy of that over-aggressiveness of Connor Wickman. Wickman now trying to work the edge of the mat, Seeney backing off. And we'll see if Connor Wickman can get back into this match. He needs a 2-point takedown in a big way right now. On deck for the Hawks is Bo Vasky. He'll be taking on Curtis Ilge from Clinton, who's a senior at 9-9. So the Hawks, Jamie, I just mentioned that it's kind of the same situation that happened last week at Benton. A good first round for the Hawks. Then they lost a little air out of their balloon, and then had it finished with a flurry. So,
which, you know, finishing with a flurry is good for the Hawks, but it really hurts you, and it's going to hurt you, come back and bite you here, because as we saw last week, later in those rounds, you were too far behind to catch up. You can't have these little setbacks here in the middle to where you're losing ground on the top teams in this tournament. So Hawks have got to come back here, and they got to right the ship right now in this quarterfinal round.
Well, there's another 2-point takedown by Seeney. So Seeney goes up 7-0 on Connor Wickman. The number 2 seed is Michael Monsivai for Cedar Rapids Jefferson. He's 5-7. Your top seed at 132 is Hunter Washburn at 17-4. I think they're going to call Connor Wickman for stalling underneath. But Seeney's riding a 2-on-1 and riding right behind Wickman's legs and not giving Wickman an opportunity to get back to his feet. 10 seconds left to go. Nice stand-up attempt by Wickman, but again, a 2-on-1. Seeney is riding a 2-on-1, and Wickman gets called for stalling. Let's get Chase Seeney off that 2-on-1 out to the side working something else. Jamie, we go all over the place watching wrestling. It's interesting to see the different officiating styles. You know, we were at the 5 Seasons extravaganza before Christmas, and we saw an official call stalling within 10 seconds. And we see some today that are waiting a minute and a half. So it's just interesting to see that. All right, stalemate. Wickman was in on a shot on Seeney to start this third period, but we got a stalemate. And we're going to go back to neutral. There's an outside single by Seeney. Nice down block by Wickman. See if he can turn this into a defensive takedown. He's got a front headlock on Seeney. Seeney trying to lift that single. Now front headlock by Wickman. He goes to far knee ankle pick. Let's see if he can go around the head and dump Seeney to his back. Boy, he's got to step over the legs. He lost it, and off the edge of the mat they go. Boy, oh boy, had it. Had Seeney right where he wanted to, and he couldn't quite step over the legs of Seeney to pick up that 2 and back points. Went to that front headlock and went to a cross knee pick and set Seeney on his hip, but he just couldn't quite step through the legs. Seeney doing a nice job, staggered stance. Both wrestlers shoot at the same time, butt heads. Seeney now with the front headlock on Wickman. Wickman controlling that left elbow of Chase Seeney. 58 seconds left to go. Wickman pulls his head out. And let's see if he can turn this into a shot, or we're going to get a stalemate. Seeney hanging on for dear life. He's up 7-0. And Wickman trying to short drag out of the front headlock on the edge of the mat. Over and under. Short drag attempt by Seeney. Re-drag by Wickman. Seeney back in on the single. Dumps Wickman to his backside. Picks up 2. Wickman on his back. Rolls through. 2-point takedown by Seeney. Goes up now 9-0. So a little bit of work left to do now for Connor Wickman. 20 seconds to get back in this match. And don't know if now you're going to get warning on Connor Wickman as Seeney goes back to work with that 2-on-1. And that's going to do it as the clock winds down. It's going to be a 9-0 major decision for Chase Seeney. So Wickman will get thrown to the backside. And Wickman will have the loser of Justin Cardoza and Keenan Cook on the backside. So Again, work cut out for the West Delaware Hawks. Again, you can score a lot of points on the backside, but Jamie, you'd like to stay on that front side if all possible.
Yeah, you would, and you know that's what we talked about. You know, you got to stay on that front side because if you got a bye in the first round, you didn't pick up any points because you got to win that next round to get your advancement points. So, you know, there's some points lost there for the Hawks.
Well, we're going to go up to weight class 138, and we've got Bo Vasky taking on a 9'9" wrestler from Clinton, a senior by the name of Curtis Ilge. A very long, tall, lean wrestler from Clinton. So 2 peas in a pod here as Bo Vasky is a long, lean 138-pounder. That's a long shot by Ilge. He's in deep. Nice whizzer by Vasky on the edge of the mat. No points yet. As Vasky is trying to counter that shot off the edge of the mat, he's going to counter it. We're going to go back to neutral. So Ilge taking the first shot. Vasky's got to come back with a good shot of his own here. Get back on the offensive here. West Delaware Hawks are 0-3 the last 3 matches here, with Riley, Phillips, and Wickman going down. So they've got to regroup here and find a way to work out of it. There's a nice double shot by Vasky. He's in deep. Let's see if he can come out the back door. Scramble situation. Let's see if he can load Ilge up on his back. Could have a fall there if he can just rock back. He's got the left leg of Ilge in a scramble situation. Ilge is over the head of Vasky. We might get potential dangers. Vasky's going to try to rock back and turn to his head, and he's going to pick up a 2-point takedown. Now comes out of it with the chicken wing. Nice stand-up turning by Ilge. Vasky drops in on a single. Ilge goes around the waist of Vasky and counters, so they're right back in the same situation. Let's see if Vasky can stack up Ilge this time. 35 seconds left to go. Vasky heavy with the hips. He's going to try to rock Ilge backwards and pick up some back points, and Ilge this time rolls Vasky through. Vasky might come up. He's got a chicken wing. Let's see if he can throw Ilge to his back. He rolls out of it with a wing on the left side, inside wrist on the right. 15 seconds left to go. That's a nice start by Bo Vasky as this period is going to come to an end. I'm not sure what's wrong with the clock. Oh, they called him off the mat. Wow. Vasky looked like he was ready to turn Ilge over for 2, but our official called him off the mat. Vasky's going to ride the right side, pop over to the left side on the whistle. 7 seconds left to go. Picks up an ankle, tries to set up a cradle on Ilge, and Ilge is going to hang on to that leg for the remainder of this first period, and Vasky's going to take a 2-0 lead. You got to defer right now, I think. Vasky's got the, okay, Ilge has the red leg bands on, so he's going to defer over to Vasky. And it looks like Vasky's going to go up to start this second period. So I don't see that a lot, but Vasky had a couple opportunities to turn Ilge, and he's going back to work. Stand up by Ilge. Vasky drops in on a single, lifts up that leg. There's that setback by Ilge. He's got Vasky on his back, and Vasky rolls through. 2-point reversal. Should not be any back points here. It's tied up 2-2. Vasky's going to roll out of it as he comes back through the legs of Ilge. He's going to try to stack Ilge up. There's the fall right there. Boy, at Ilge, there's the fall. Vasky's going to win by a fall there in 2 minutes and 32 seconds as he stacked Ilge up. So that's what you like to see. Vasky was close a couple of times, Jamie, with that, and he finally made it pay off there. I'm not sure Ilge knew where he was at, but Ilge was pinned before the referee slapped the mat. Ilge was flat, and he kind of rolled out of it.
I think the official knew. He knew that he missed it, so he came around and made the call, which was the right call because he was definitely pinned.
Yeah, there was no doubt about it. Ilge was flatter than a pancake and just missed it right there. So Bo Vasky will find himself in the semifinals. We're not sure who his opponent will be. Trenton Johnson from Fort Madison is 14-5, and Corey Alexander from Fort Dodge is 6-6. All seniors. This top, the top 3 wrestlers on the top side of this bracket right now, all seniors. Weight class 145 coming up. Tim Tutton is on deck, I believe on mat number 3 to our far left side. He'll be taking on Bryce Paul from Alburnett, so he will have a tough match there. And then at 152, Max Ridenauer will take on Council Bluffs St. Albert's, or TJ's. I'm not sure which Council Bluffs team it is here.
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson, thank you. St. Albert's is green and gold.
Yep.
So Thomas Jefferson wearing the orange and black today. So there we go. Max Ridenauer will take on Brendan Anderson. Tim Tutton will take on Bryce Paul. Jake Voss will take on Tanner Hoyer, the freshman from Alburnett, who's 9 and 13. For the featured match here, we'll have Brent Lammers for West Delaware taking on Eric Hovey from Cedar Rapids Jefferson. So that'll be a good match. Weight class 182. Corey Russell will take on Brandon Haas from Dubuque Hempstead. He's the coach's son. Coach from Dubuque Hempstead. That would, let's find it on our program, Chuck Haas. So being able to coach your son, that's kind of a fun deal. And Chuck Haas will be coaching his son there, so have that for you. Well, we're waiting for Timmy Tutton to come up at 145, and then it'll be bang, bang, bang. Max Ridenauer, Jake Voss, and Brent Lammers. So let's take another short timeout. We'll catch our breath, get a quick drink. We'll have more action for you. Stay with us. You won't want to miss it. Right here on KMCH.com today. Roger Reed with Jamie Vaskey from Cedar Rapids Jefferson. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to the Jefferson Jayhawk Invitational. As up in front of us right now, we've got Max Ridenauer going for West Delaware. Jamie Vaskey, Roger Reed here with you as Max Ridenauer up in front of us as he's taking on Brendan Anderson from Council Bluffs Thomas Jefferson. And Anderson is the 3 seed in this tournament. He's quickly out 2-0 on Max Ridenauer. So see what Max can do here on the bottom as there's just 36 seconds gone here in this first period.
And Anderson comes in here at 22 and 15. We're not sure how you can get 36 matches in, but unless you wrestle 5 times a weekend, that is a lot of matches, 36 matches. Ridenauer with 12 varsity matches, not wrestling last weekend at Benton Community. So Anderson up on top right now, riding that cross-body ride. Ridenauer trying to do a nice job of getting out of it, but a power half Nelson on the left side of Ridenauer. And Anderson's going to climb off the legs. He's going to pick up at least 2. Ridenauer trying to bail out of it, and Anderson picks up 2 near fall. Here comes the legs once again. And he goes right back to work on a cross face, shoves the elbow of Ridenauer, shoves that left elbow and tries to work a Turk on Ridenauer to turn him over to his back. There's 32 seconds left to go in the first period. An official down looking for the count. Anderson trying to hook the chin of Ridenauer, and Ridenauer doing a nice job. Ridenauer doing a nice job keeping his chest flat now. Anderson from Council Bluffs, Thomas Jefferson, quite a ride. I'm not sure if they came over this morning or last night. Quite a ride to get here to Cedar Rapids. There's a nice stand-up by Ridenauer. Let's see if he can score 1 as our period comes to an end. There's a long switch by Ridenauer. Let's see if he can pick up 2 here. Got him deep and no points there. That's a nice job. Way to end that first period. But it's a 4-0 lead for Anderson. It's going to be Anderson's choice. He's going to defer over to Ridenauer, and Ridenauer is going to go neutral. Coach Voss, Coach Litter in the corner there. And Max Ridenauer trying to pick up some very, very important wins here today and get his legs back under him and solidify that spot at 152 in the West Delaware Hawks lineup. Collar tie by Anderson, retie by Ridenauer. Ridenauer working the head. There's a little duck by Anderson. He got in on a double. Nice counter by Ridenauer. Whizzer. And no points as we're going to go back up. Nice counter by Ridenauer. Anderson got in. Little duck under to a double by Anderson. So Ridenauer's going to have to watch what he reaches. Reaching now with that left hand. Coach Voss up out of his chair telling him to watch the tie. And elbows, keeping his elbows down. Ridenauer doing a nice job now, moving his feet. Working a retie on Anderson. 1:22 left to go. First period. Got to spy the clock to our far right side. Mat number 1 is Ridenauer. We should have Tim Tutton up on deck on mat number 3 on deck. There's a nice counter here by Ridenauer. Let's see if we can pick up 2 here Anderson in on the single. Nice down block by Ridenauer. He's over the top, but he got his hips back.
Got his hips in.
Oh, boy. Anderson was able to elevate Ridenauer, got his hips in and dumped him, Jamie.
And, you know, right away you said that was a good down block by Ridenauer, and he had his hips back. But a couple just all Anderson did was just a little knee pound. Next thing you know, he was right back in on the hips of Ridenauer and lifted him up and returned him for a takedown. So Max has got to get going here. He's down 6-0.
Down 6-0 right now with 30 seconds left to go in the second period, and Anderson's going right back to work with that double, got that double leg in, and we've got potentially dangerous as Anderson was really pulling on that right arm of Max Ridenauer. So Max needs to get a little go in his giddy up here. The Hawks have found this quarterfinal round match not to be of their liking. The only one through to this point has been Patrick Woods at weight class 113. Bo Vasky, sorry, thank you. 2 out of the 6 with 4 losses. Comes that ride. Nice job by Ridenauer blocking off, keeping his elbows in. Let's see if he can catch that leg as Anderson brings that cross body ride in on the right side now this time and goes right back to work on a power half Nelson. It's going to be Anderson's choice to start the third period, and he's going to choose down. Tim Tutton up now, taking on Bryce Paul from Alburnett. And we'll see how this goes. Paul, very solid record at 24-4. And Tim Tutton at 12-12. There's a double leg by Paul. He's in deep on Tutton. And he's going to turn that shot into a 2-point takedown. And now a 2-point tilt attempt by Paul as Tutton works his way out of it. Nice spiral ride by Ridenauer. Gets a little bit high. Ridenauer gets a little bit high, and Anderson pops him off the front. Anderson's going to pick up a 2-point reversal and a drive cradle. He's going to lock up a drive cradle. Ridenauer's going to kick out the drive cradle, but no back points there. It's going to be a 2-point reversal, an 8-0 lead now for Brendan Anderson from Council Bluffs TJ. Bryce Paul up 2-0. Bryce Paul up 2-0 after 1, and Paul's going to let Tim Tutton up, so now it's 2-1. Tutton's going to try to tie up Bryce Paul with the collar tie and see if he can get on his offense here a little bit.
Ridenauer on his back once again here with 50 seconds left to go in this third period. It's 8-0 right now in favor of Brandon Anderson. Again, he's a 3 seed. Comes into the tournament, as Roger said, with a 22-15 record.
Some guys don't have 22 wins on the season or 36 matches on the season. He's got 36 matches. This is going to be his 37th match with a lot of wrestling left to go in the season.
Maybe this will be his 38th match. Maybe that's what they're counting. I don't know. Counting buys?
Count a buy after.
I don't know.
You get a buy and then you win.
Is that a fall?
That's going to be the fall right there in 4 minutes and 46 seconds. 5 minutes and 46 seconds. Anderson will win by a fall, so that'll drop Ridenauer. And he's got a bye to the backside semifinals. So it'll be a while before we see Max Ridenauer wrestle again. He will have a lot of time to recover. All right, 2-1 down there. Tim Tutton and Bryce Paul still getting after it as the whistle ends. A front headlock by Tutton to a cross knee block and had Bryce Paul going to his back. Tim Tutton's going to have to go to the corner there as he came out of that scramble with a bloody nose. But I'll tell you what, that's a nice job by Tim Tutton. Tim Tutton giving it back a little bit, Jamie. It's kind of nice to see Tim Tutton dishing out a little bit. Yeah, it is. You know, he's one. You know, you'd expect it from him, but you don't ever see him get real physical. But that's what you like to see. It's him coming out here and getting physical in a match like this because that's what he needs. Jake Voss will be on deck right after Tim Tutton, same mat.
Yep.
So he will follow Tim Tutton, and he will take on, will be another Alburnett foe, as he will take on the freshman from Alburnett by the name of Tanner Hoyer. All right, Tutton's going to choose down to start the second period. There's a nice roll by Tutton off the edge of the mat, and he pops up and hustles right back to the center. Yeah, you like to see that. Bryce Paul now starting on the right side. Hard chop, short sit by Tutton. Tight waist tilt attempt by Paul. High bridge now by Tutton. Paul's going to pick up 2 back points. Oh, I picked up 3 out of that tilt, tight waist tilt, as he controlled that waist of Tim Tutton and went right to a tight waist off of it. There comes a quarter Nelson, 3/4 Nelson attempt by Paul. A knee slide by Tutton brings him back to his feet. No escape points. There's an escape by Tim Tutton, 5-2 now. So nice series of moves there by the senior from West Delaware. Bryce Paul is only a sophomore for Alburnett, so he's got a lot of wrestling left for the Pirates. Paul now drops down to one knee and circles Tutton. And Tutton stays in that square stance now. Slightly staggered now with his left leg forward. 50 seconds left to go. Number 3 seed Matthew Durr from Fort Madison. The number 1 seed at 145 is Alex Caldwell. 2-point takedown now Paul, and there's the fall. 2-point takedown as he got in deep and dumped Tim Tutton over to his side, covered him up. And Bryce Paul will win by a fall. So that will send Tim Tutton to the backside also. And he will take on Garrett Brunson, a freshman from Muscatine, at 2-6. So that's be a very winnable match for Tim Tutton. And this is not a wrestle back for a true third. If you lose this round, the best you can do is 5th. And so Tim Tutton
better
will
have a lot of guys wrestling for 5th today, I would think.
Well, that's the nature of this. That's the nature of this meet, Jamie. There's Jake Voss. He has Tanner Hoyer on his back, and there's the fall in 15 seconds. Jake Voss makes short work of Hoyer with a fall in 15 seconds. Nice takedown by Voss. Tight waist tilt. And he squeezed Hoyer once he got him on his back. He rolled Hoyer up, got both of those shoulders pasted to the mat, recorded the fall. So Jake Voss barely breaks a sweat there, Jamie. He's in the semis. And he will take on the winner of Lane Gray of Fort Madison and Dylan Calkins from Boone in that semifinal round match. Now we're going to spy around the gym and we'll see where Brent Lammers should be on deck.
He is in the hole.
In the hole.
On mat number 2.
In the hole on mat number 2.
So we will have a little bit here.
All right.
A couple matches. So we will take a break and we'll come back. We can go through the team scores here, however.
Oh, sure.
Real quick, as we got a quick second here, as the Hawks currently in 5th place as we'll go top 5 here, as West Delaware in 5th place with 46, Clinton 4th place with 66, Alburnett in 3rd place with 69.5 points, Fort Madison is in 2nd place with 82, and Cedar Rapids Jefferson in 1st place with 103 points. So we talked about it. The Hawks have got to start separating themselves. You can't have a round like this every week and expect to, win tournaments. So they've got to really get going here in these next few rounds. But we'll take a short break and we'll come back with Brent Lammers as he is in the hole on mat number 2. Right after this, you're listening to West Delaware Wrestling from KMCH.com. And welcome back to the Jefferson Jayhawk Invitational as we are back to action here. Jamie Vaskey, Roger Reed back along with you here. Brent Lammers up for the Hawks on mat number 2. He's taking on Eric Hovey from Cedar Rapids Jefferson. Don't believe these two wrestled last weekend, but they were both at that community invitational. So still just underway here, 15 seconds into it. Over on mat number 2.
Welcome back. Are you okay?
I'm good.
You're good to go now? All right. Brett Lammers in on a very nice double leg takedown there, Jamie. And I'll tell you what, he got in there deep, and what you like to see is he didn't stop his feet. And he had the opportunity to throw Hovey to his back, and Hovey bailed out very quickly. Lammers working on a crossface cradle right now on Hovey. Dylan Winfield with a fall over Quallen Phillips from Waterloo East. Cody Jones is your number 2 seed here. So Brent Lammers taking on Eric Hovey, the junior. He's 12-10. Hovey with the first round bye. Lammers with the first round fall in 115 over Riley Piffner from Benton Community. Lammers going right back to work with that Turk. He picks up the inside leg, steps through. Now goes cross face to far shoulder. He's driving Hovey to his back. Let's see if he can stay with that cross face. He's picking up some back points here. Now he's got a Hovey on his back. Let's see if Lammers can pick up the fall here. He's got a Hovey on his back. Let's see if he can kick off the legs and tee out. 35 seconds left to go. Lammers is going to pick up at least 3 on the near fall, but you want to finish the match right here. Got a Hovey on his back. Tee out, get off the legs. Now Lammers tries to put the double spur in. Hovey with the high bridge, bridges through, and he's going to pick up 3 on the near fall. Now he readjusts, throws Hovey back on his back. 15 seconds left to go. Nice butcher. High bridge now by Hovey, and that's going to be a 3-point near fall, so Lammers goes up 5-0. Nice job by the junior from West Delaware. Again, Jamie, you got to smell that. You get somebody on your back, you got to work real hard to finish it. And Lammers doing a nice job there with the finish. Hovey with a nice high bridge to not give up the fall. And we're going to get a caution on Lammers for starting just a little bit too early. So we're going to restart. There's the set. Here's the restart. Tripod stand up by Hovey. Lammers rolls him through. And no points there. Got to be careful with your Brett Lammers. He got a little high riding, and Hovey rolled him through. Lammers ended up on his back momentarily. That brought the Cedar Rapids Jefferson fans to their feet momentarily. So Coach Voss and Coach Litter over there in the corner offering their juniors some encouragement here. And Coach Litter over the table right now. And Coach Litter said he's moving his hand before he's blowing his whistle. So Brett Lammers and that's what Coach Litter is saying. Hey, you're moving your hand before you're blowing the whistle. That's going to be a 1 point for Hovey.
That's the third one already?
We'll watch it right here.
Of course he's not going to do it that time.
What's that?
Wasn't going to do it that time, was he?
No, he was not. Nice butcher by Lammers, and he's got Hovey tied up again to his back.
Near fall?
Let's get the job here. Get the job done right here now, Brett Lammers. Hovey's on his back. Lammers is going to tee out. Let's see if he can finish the job. Hovey high bridge rolls through. 3-point near fall by Lammers. And there's a couple.
Keep him in the middle of the mat. We don't want to go back to referee's position here.
Hovey, when he gets up to that short sit position, he's pretty slippery. So I'd like to see Lammers go back to work tying those arms up, back to that butcher series, and see if he can throw Hovey to his back. There comes that short sit by Hovey, tries a long switch. Lammers with the tight waist chop. And now he steps over to the right side of Hovey, chops the arm. He's got Hovey belly down. Now he goes to work on a ball and chain. He's got the left arm of Hovey trapped. Hovey cross forward. Lammers lets go of that inside wrist. Goes to work now on a hard cross face, trying to set up that butcher again. 1:04 left to go, second period. Lammers up 8-4, doing a nice job riding. Inside wrist, now he rolls that arm out to a bar. Let's see if he can slap Hovey to his back this time. He's going to scoop Hovey up, scoop that right arm, drive Hovey to his back. Let's see if he can finish it here. As he's got a Hovey going, now he gets a little bit high. Got to be careful here, Brett Lammers. Don't want to get caught in a headlock. As a Hovey tries to headlock Lammers, as Lammers got a little bit high out of that. And Hovey's going to pick up a 1-point escape. Where Lammers was just very close to throwing Hovey on his back and missed it. Now Hovey's going to work on an over and under on Lammers, and Lammers gives him a pretty good shuck off the edge of the mat, and Hovey gets his dander riled up just a little bit here. 8-2 is your score, 20 seconds left to go, second period. Hard collar tie now by Hovey, retie by Lammers. I think Lammers could shoot that sweep single as Hovey's given a lot of forward pressure here. 9 seconds left to go. Underhook by Hovey, inside trip attempt by Hovey. Nice balance by Lammers. Got to get out of that over and under. Lammers is kind of sagging and hanging on. Hovey tries a headlock. Rethrow by Lammers off the edge of the mat. Lammers' choice is going to choose down. Lammers will choose down to start the third period. And he's up 8-2. And referee's talking to both wrestlers as it gets just a little physical. All right. Here's the set. Hovey's going to ride the left side of Lammers. Lammers with an inside stand-up, gets to his feet, is fighting the hands of Hovey. Hovey drops in on a single, hard whizzer by Lammers. Lammers puts weight on that left leg, picks up a 1-point escape as he splits the hands of Hovey, going back to neutral. Long shot by Hovey, reshot by Lammers, back to our feet we go. 9-2 is your score. Double leg takedown by Lammers, he's in deep, head between the legs of Hovey. Let's see if he can turn this into 2. He's going to sit back. And he may stack up Hovey, may have the fall. Referee's on the wrong side. Once again, Lammers is going to pick up 2 as Hovey was stacked up. Scapula's flat to the mat, and the referee was on the wrong side. By the time he hustled over to the shoulder side, Hovey had already rolled through. I got the orange and black faithful up.
Yeah,
Jamie.
they wanted that fall in a hurry, and it was there. But like you said, he was on the wrong side again.
1 minute left to go. Lammers up 11-2 now, working on a major decision. Again, trying to get to the semifinals. Awaiting him will be Keaton Dornath or Cody Jones. The semifinals. Brett Lammers having a fine year at 22, 23-1 right now. Trying to make it 24-1. Got a nice tilt on Hovey. He's picking up some back points. Going to get at least 3 out of it. Probably will not get the fall, but he's going to pick up 3. That's 3, and somebody's got blood, so we're going to have a blood timeout. It's going to be a 14-2 lead by Lammers. Over on the far side, Corey Russell's going to take the mat now. And he'll be taking the mat against Brandon Haas. 17-1 and a short, stocky body. Haas in on a low single to the laces of Russell. And with 6 seconds gone in the period, Haas covers the hips of Russell and picks up a 2-point takedown. So these are 2 peas in a pod right here, I'll tell you what. 2 short, squatty, physical specimens here, Corey Russell and Brendan Haas. It's going to be a 1-point escape by Russell. 2-1 now, 148. Haas going to come right back to work. Underhook on Russell. And Russell with the retie. There's a headlock attempt by Haas. And nice job by Russell to play the turtle, tuck the head. Haas giving a lot of forward pressure. We'll see if Corey Russell can go back to work on that double of his own. 13 seconds left to go in the match. There's a double by Russell. Nice down block by Haas.
Brett Lammers is going to win that match 14-2, a major decision. So that's what the Hawks needed. Get some bonus points there out of Brett Lammers.
So he will move on and take the winner of this match coming up.
And nope. Cody Jones won that match by fall over Jarrett Seitz.
Oh, Jones, okay. All right, 2-1 down on the far side with Haas and Russell. 58 seconds left to go. After that early takedown, Russell has woken up here a little bit. And just as I say that, Haas in on another low single, cuts across to a double, sits Russell to his backside, covers the hips, picks up 2. Now it's 4-1. 4-1 with 48 seconds left to go. Will Wenger up on deck. Scott Taylor defeated the first round. We've got to wait a while before we'll see him back for the West Delaware Hawks at 195. Will Wenger in the hole. Haas with the tilt on Russell. Got a 1,001 count as Russell rolls back down to his goes belly down. 25 seconds left to go in the first period. Brendan Haas 17-1 on the year. Seeded number 3 at weight class 182. So Coy Russell trying to pull the upset here. And we'll see if he can get the job done. Stand up by Russell. Off the edge of the mat goes Haas. And no change of position. So reset by Russell. Looks like Haas this time will ride the left side of Russell. Outside stand-up attempt by Russell. Hard chop by Haas. And we're going to get a caution on Haas. That's why it was such a hard chop by Haas. He started early. Short sit attempt by Russell. Again, tight waist by Haas. And first period's going to be over. Well, we got some bigger guys taking the mat now, Jamie, so it won't be long before we see Will Wenger and Rich Heverin for West Delaware. West Delaware having a tough round here, getting wrestlers through to the semis.
Yeah, they are. You know that we talked about that. You know, these guys, you gotta get those bonus points, and you gotta win matches first and foremost, because those points will add up. But right now, you know, you can see in the last team scores that we gave, because of those losses, the Hawks have kind of fallen behind here.
Coy Russell trying to throw a cradle on Haas, but I'll tell you what, Haas is very muscular. I'll tell you what, these guys are very similar in body styles, body types. Short, stocky, well put together, heavy on the legs, heavy on the shoulders. 1:34 left to go, second period. Tripod stand up by Haas. Nice forward pressure by Russell. And he's going to take Haas down to his back, almost had a cradle. Haas rolls through. Haas is going to come out of the scramble with a 2-point reversal. And he's going to go up now 6-1. Good idea by Russell, nothing to lose there. He just couldn't get the cradle locked up, and Haas rolled it through and picked up the 2-point reversal. Now Haas working on an inside wrist. Inside wrist on the right, tight waist on the left. And Coy Russell has some work to do now. 6-1. Now there's a tilt by Haas. Let's see if he picks up 2. That was a quick 2. Haas is going to pick up 2 on the tilt. And he stays with that inside wrist. Now the score is 8-1. I'm impressed with this Brendan Haas. Let's check his grade out. Weight class 182. He's a sophomore and he's 17-1. So again, Coy Russell is a sophomore. He's 16-10. So again, a couple of really good sophomores. We're going to see a lot out of them in the next couple of years. 8-1 now, 19 seconds left to go. Coy Russell belly down, Brandon Haas up on top, riding double inside wrist. Like to score 1 here if you could. Tilt attempt again by Haas as he loads up Russell on his left hip. And no points there this time as Russell finds the belly of the mat. All right, it's going to be Russell's choice. He's going to go neutral. So back to work we go. Third period underway. There's Haas with an underhook on the right side of Russell. He tries that inside trip, and Russell does a nice job backing off and backing away. Going to keep those elbows in and elbows down. And there's a low single shot by Haas. He's in deep. He's going to sit Russell to his left hip. Russell, no down block there whatsoever. Well, you got to come with those hips down and stuff the head and see if you can get a spin out of it. And we're going to get a stalemate out of it. As Russell latched onto the right ankle of Brandon Haas, and Haas was not able to cut the corner. So 10-1 still. 1:18 left to go, third period, weight class 182. Again, if you're just joining us, KMCH.com, we appreciate that. And live streaming worldwide. Got some people listening to North Carolina today, and I bet you the weather, Jamie, there is a little bit better than it is here.
It can't be much worse, that's for sure. As we got them listening in Dubuque, Manchester, Castile, as you mentioned. We appreciate people tuning in and listening to us. We got one in Seminole, Florida, so we appreciate everyone listening to us on KMCH.com today.
They might be on the beach in Seminole, Florida, Jamie, with a little coconut oil and soaking up some rays. All right, back to action here as we go off the edge of the mat. I know that's what you're longing for, a beach and coconut oil. 10-1's our score. Brandon Haas, 17-1. He's a tough cookie. 34 seconds left to go. Corey Russell has not been able to dent the armor. Again, there's that double attempt by Russell.
Just too strong.
He is physical.
His hips are strong, and there's another takedown.
2-point takedown.
They're not happy about that one, Coach Payton.
No, he was not.
He's gonna bite his tongue though. They thought he was off the mat, which
he was off. Then he brought his foot back on, and then they gave him the 2. Momentum. Corey Russell's momentum took him off, and then he pulled that toe back on the mat and got a 2-point takedown out of it. 15 seconds left in the match. 12-1. Looks like Corey Russell will join some of his teammates on that back side. They're going to have to wrestle for 5th place.
Now wrestling on mat 3, weight class 200.
So he will have Nick Dreckman from Cedar Rapids Jefferson. He's a sophomore at 7-12. So winnable match there by Russell, but you'd certainly like to stay on the front side. You'd like to stay on the front side. Well, we're going to stand. That mat hasn't, with the exception of Jake Voss, that mat hasn't been too kind to West Delaware.
No, it really hasn't. You know, you give Jake Voss credit for going out and getting the fall, but you know, we got to try to turn things around here.
Will Winger now taking on top seed Gannon Gremmel from Dubuque Hempstead. He's 21-0. That's that same family. He had an outstanding sister named Janine, I think, Jamie, who was an outstanding softball, volleyball player for Dubuque Wahlert. And she was quite an athlete, so very athletic family, that Gremmel family in Dubuque. And we're seeing why Gannon Gremmel is 21-0. He's working a shot at an inside single on Will Winger. Now he's going to drive across to a double and back trip Will Winger and pick up 2 as he covers the hips. Very long, lanky Gremmel, and he's using that length right now to try to set up a cradle on Will Winger. And Winger's going to find the edge of the mat, so we're going to get a restart.
Now wrestling on mat 4, weight class
Quentin Taylor from Benton Community getting a big win at weight class 285. That was over Edward Saunders, who was 5-2 from Muscatine. In Benton Community, coached by T.J. Murphy. And they're kind of doing the same thing here today as West Delaware is. Looking for some tough competition. And they're finding it. There's an escape by Will Winger, and right back in on that same shot is Gremmel. Single, drives Winger across, blocks the leg above the knee. There's a duck under by Gremmel. I'll tell you, what a shot. Haas 12-2. All right, neutral we go. Gremmel and Winger. There's a high crotch by Gremmel's in deep on Winger. Winger trying to fight out of it with a whizzer. Gremmel's going to step over, and he's in great position right here. There will be no There'll be no roll through by Winger here as Gremmel puts in a leg, blocks off Winger, frees his arm, picks up 2. It's now 6-2. And Gremmel making that look very easy right now. Very physical. Nice tilt by Gremmel. And he's going to pick up a 2-point near fall. I think they just put West Delaware on that mat, Jamie, as Richard Heverin is on deck on mat number 3 also.
Yeah.
First period comes to a close, and it's going to be an 8-2 lead by Gannon Gremmel. He's only a sophomore. Coach Chuck Haas, he's got some kids in the wings there that are youngsters.
Well, we noticed that last year when he was wrestling Adam Reth. We said he's going to be a force to reckon with here in the next few years, and already is a sophomore, ranked number 2 in the state. So good wrestler there for Coach Haas.
And it's going to be Gremmel's choice. He's going to choose down. So Will Winger gets up and kind of shakes his head a little bit and says, what do I need to do here? There's an inside stand-up by Gremmel. Nice front trip by Winger as he went tight waist with the right, chop with the left. And on the edge of the mat they are. And we're going to get a clock malfunction of some sort. They started the clock, then stopped the clock, and now we're going to run off some time. So, all right, it's going to stop there at 1:49. They started and stopped it, then they ran about 6 seconds off while they were still wrestling. There's a nice front trip by Winger. Tight waist front trip, took Gremmel back down to his base. Gremmel very, very physical. Inside stand-up now by Gremmel. Winger drops in on a single, hard whizzer. Gremmel very tall, about a half a head taller than Winger. I'm telling you what, he's got a lot of leverage, a lot of pressure on that Winger, on that whizzer on Will Winger. 1:18 left to go, and Gremmel's going to come out of the scramble off the whizzer and pick up a 2-point reversal. Now back to work he goes on the upper body of Will Winger, inside wrist on the left, tight waist with the right. He's going to tilt Will Winger and pick up a 2 near fall, making it 12-3. He's the real deal, Jamie.
He is. You know, he's tough, and he's gonna make some noise here. Could be looking at possibly a 3-time state champ here in Gannon Gremmel. That's pretty bold to say at 220 pounds.
Yeah, and he's just he's going takedown, let him up right now. 12-5 is your score. Gremmel let Winger up right back in on a single. Winger back up to his feet. Now Gremmel back in. It's going to be 2. It's going to be 14-5 right now. 14-5 with 26 seconds left to go. He can score a lot of points. There's a head lever. That could be a fall right there as he took that head lever over his head and took Will Winger back right to his back. I'm telling you what, Will Winger winced in pain. That was a quick, that's how you run that head lever right there. As he, I'll tell you what, there was no hesitation there. So Gremmel will win by a fall. Physical, physical, physical. Gremmel moves to 23-0 on the year. And Winger now will get dumped to the backside. We keep saying that. He will get dumped to the backside. And he will wrestle. I did not see who won between Talon Burke and Robbie Carruthers.
Where you at? Oh, who Winger will wrestle? Oh, yeah, he's going to wrestle Burke.
Okay, he's going to wrestle Talon Burke from Muscatine. Okay, that'll be on the backside quarterfinals. All right, we got Richard Heverin. Well, Jamie, you have Woods, Vasky, Voss, and Lammers on the front side. 5 out of 12, or 4 out of 12. And we've got another Dubuque Hempstead matchup here as Tanner Heron pulled the upset on Thomas Duzen. Duzen was your 4 seed at 18-5, and Heron coming in at 10-12. So with a workout partner like Gannon Gremmel, I can see how Heron could be pretty good.
Yeah, and that's this is a chance here for Richie Hevron. He's got to come in here. He gets a win here. He's going to have his third shot at Quentin Taylor, but another tough matchup here for the Hawks. As he's taking on Huron, upset the 3 seed or beat the 3 seed in round number 1. So and won 6-2. So another tough matchup here for Richie. But I tell you what, the way he's progressed the last couple weeks is really been good. Got himself into the finals of that tough tournament last week, beat a couple good kids. So this is definitely a winnable match here for Richie.
Well, yeah, then on the top of the bracket, if you win this match, then you face Quentin Taylor again, and who knows how that match will go the next time. But you got to get through this match, and the only important match, like they say, the only important match is the next one. So 26 seconds left to go. Huron is going to lose his leg band. So he's got the green singlet on anyway, so might as well take the leg band off as it won't fit around that thick ankle of his. 19 seconds left to go, no points yet. Both wrestlers just kind of working a collar tie, a lot of snaps. Hevron with a nice snap on Huron. Couldn't quite get him all the way to the mat. And we're going to go the second period with the score 0-0. And referee's going to flip his disc, and let's see who it goes to. He's going to defer over. Hevron's going to go down. That's a good choice there by Huron deferred. In a close match like this, usually you like to score the first point, so Richard Hevron will have the opportunity to score the first point here. There's a tough, tight waist by Huron. Nice stand up by Hevron. He gets to his feet. There's a chop by Huron. Hevron coming right back to that inside stand up on all fours. 146. There's a nice stand up by Hevron. He's going to split the hands of Huron, and he's going to score the first point. He's up 1-0 now. Now I'd like to see him come right back with that snap. Heavy on the head. Work that snap and spin. There's a snap. He's got the front headlock. Let's see if he can turn that into some points. Coach Litter said, hey, keep him down. That was close, Jamie. That's what. He's got that real quick snap, and if he can stay with that, that's going to be a good offense for him.
Yep, and he's got to keep that pressure, keep it coming down. When you snap him, you really just got to bounce his head off the mat. Here's a duck under here, a throw by Hevron, but I tell you what, he's doing a good job as Huron, doing a good job of fighting off Richie's moves. But I tell you what, that front headlock and now that little throw by is where Richie Hevron needs to be.
Well, he's diversifying his offense, and as you go, the later the season you go, you got to have that signature shot, but you also need to diversify your offense, and the more offense you can find on your feet, the better off you're going to be. Hevron with that hard collar tie again and tries to snap Huron down, and Huron goes to a square off. 28 seconds left to go. Over and under pummel position. Huron trying to set up a throw on Hevron, and Hevron goes inside position on Huron. 17 seconds left to go. Boy, 2 points right here by Richie Hevron would just be huge. Underhook now by Huron, and a nice job by Hevron to push in and then back out. 6 seconds left to go. We're going to go to the third period with Hevron up 1-0. That's going to be Huron's choice. Let's see where he decides to go. And I'm sure he's going to choose down. Richie's got some good pinning combinations here. He's up to his feet, bouncing, bebopping back and forth. Got a little juice left in the tank here. We'll see what's in store here from underneath. There's that nice stand-up by Huron.
Nice job.
Hevron picks up that single leg. Well, I saw Coach Voss, they were working on that with him last week at Benton Community. And as soon as Huron came to that tripod stand-up, Hevron reached down and picked up the single and then cut across and took Huron back down to the mat. Stopped that stand-up. How's that Huron on all fours right now. Hevron trying to pick that leg up again. He's trying to work that Turk.
Yes.
He's got a Turk. Yes. He's got Huron on his back, and the official missed the back points. It's counted up, Mr. Official. There's the fall. There's the fall.
Oh, my goodness. Look.
Boy, there's the foul right there. Boy, had it 3 times. Then we got the mat. Slap the mat. Nice job by Richie Hevron. Hevron with a foul. Tell you what, that was sweet, Jamie Vasky.
Yes, it was. A great job there by Richie Hevron picking up the fall there. That's what the Hawks needed, you know, get some kind of momentum going into this backside round, which will be starting here real shortly. So we will take a break. We'll come back as Logan Riley coming up soon for the Hawks. We'll take a short break and we'll come back. You're listening to West Delaware Wrestling from KMCH Sports. And welcome back to the Cedar Rapids Jefferson Jayhawk Invitational. Jamie Vasky, Roger Reed back with you here. As up in front, across the way for us right now, we've got Logan Riley from West Delaware. As Logan Riley at 120 pounds for the Hawks today. He will be taking on Damon Dan from Clinton. He's a junior at 11-11. So just underway here. We've got Sam Phillips will be on deck for the Hawks. So we'll be back at it. We got 6 matches in this consolation round for the Hawks. So we'll have them all for you right here on KMCH.com. Riley and Dan over there on mat number 3.
Well, Jamie, this is the time where you just got to get after it. You know, bad quarterfinal round match. The Hawks they won 5 of 12 matches. And tell you what, you got to really work here to get back on the winner's side. Again, your goal is to be one of the top 3 teams here, and it starts right here. You lose this round and you're done. You win this, you know, they don't wrestle 7th and 8th here today. They only wrestle back to 5. So
still got to win 2 matches.
You got to win 2 matches. It's a 2-point takedown by Dan. He's a junior at 11-11 from Clinton. He got in deep on that double, and now he's got a cradle locked up on Logan Riley, and Logan Riley could get knocked out of the tournament right here. As he's in that cradle. He tries to roll out of it, 44 seconds left, and that is a tough cross-face cradle by Damon Dan, and Logan Riley trying to really work out of that, and Dan steps over that left leg of Logan Riley, and he's got that in tight. And tell you what, that is hard to get out of a good cross-face cradle.
Yeah, it really is, and he's got her locked up good. Logan's still doing a nice job of fighting down there, but I don't know. Our referee's looking real close for the fall.
You got 16 seconds. You really got to you got to get one of those inside arms up. That's what Coach Lentz is saying. You got to get that right arm up and over and out so it keeps that right shoulder. And there's the fall. 4 seconds, 156. Dan will win by a fall. 156, so Logan Riley will get bounced from the tournament, and he's going to be 1-2 on the day. So he won his first round match by a fall in 52 seconds. Then he lost to Kyle Briggs 12-3, and then he was pinned by Damon Dan. So, you know, Jamie, you got wrestling a guy 11-11, and you're coming in this tournament 11-7, 11-8. Now you really got to uncork it here and get after it.
Yeah, you really do, and you know, unfortunately now he's going to be out of this tournament and not going to place and not going to score any more points for the team here. So the Hawks have really got to get going here on this backside, and that's not the way they wanted to start it there.
Again, what you're doing is you're priming for that Walmack, and that Walmack is 3 short weeks from today, and that's going to be here before we know it. And you can't just turn it on in a day, Jamie. You can't just show up and expect to wrestle. You got to prepare to wrestle, and that's what the whole motivation is today. Is you're climbing, you're working to get to that point. Because 2 weeks from today is the WAMAC, 3 weeks from today is the sectional, 4 weeks from today is the district meet, and then you got to light it up. 5 short weeks from today, actually, 5 short weeks from today are the medal rounds. So we've got from Boone, Troy Borsch. Borsch is a senior at 4-12, 4-13 now. So Sam Phillips needs to get back on the winning way here. Again, a first round fall in 43 seconds, and then a tough a bit controversial loss to Rashid from Cedar Rapids Jefferson. But that'll dump him to the backside. Nice 2-point takedown by Phillips. Now a nice tight waist tilt. He's picking up some back points on Borsch. Again, he pinned his way through the backside last week at Benton Community, but you can't make a habit. There's a fall right there in 49 seconds. Can't make a habit of getting thrown to the backside and then fighting your way out. So Phillips will win by a fall. And we'll check out who his opponent will be on the bottom after that match takes place. But not only do you win by a fall, so you get that's a 3-point win there for your team. You get 2 for the pin, you get 1 for advancement on the backside. So those are huge points right here. So again, you got to win Sam's got to win 2 more matches to pick up 5th place. Again, not wrestling for 7th and 8th today, so that eliminates. They really could, Jamie. It doesn't eliminate a round. It just eliminates 14 matches. You got 4 mats down. They're gonna leave 1 mat open here pretty soon.
Yep.
It does make you might as well wrestle, but they never have here. Okay, we got Connor Wickman up right now, and that's a nice takedown by Connor Wickman. Looks like he'll be taking on Keenan Cook from Fort Dodge. And Keenan Cook is a sophomore who is 8 and 17 right now. So you get on this backside, Jamie, you're expecting bonus points.
Yeah, you are, and you got to come out and you got to get those bonus points. So, you got to come out if you're Connor Wickman and pick up some bonus points here.
Connor Wickman now. Keenan Cook comes to a short sit, turn in, stand up, and inside wrist by Connor Wickman. He rolls it out to a bar, and we got to stop that for potentially dangerous. So back to action we go. Wickman's going to ride the right side. There's the whistle. Hard chop, tight waist. Inside stand-up attempt by Cook. Nicely countered by Wickman. I'm just a little surprised that Connor Wickman isn't cutting Cook loose as easy as that takedown was. And looking for something that's going to be feet to back. Or looking for a scramble. Out of the scramble coming with some back points, but there's some tilts. Now our officials back by the feet, not looking for the shoulder blades there. So I'm not sure. Sometimes our officials are about a half step slow today, picking up those back points. There comes that inside wrist again by Wickman, and Cook does a nice job with the sit out and squares Wickman up. Now he's got that inside wrist to a bar, and he let Cook let that arm of Cook's come free. Now he reaches underneath the right, hooks the left. Let's see if he can set up a Turk off, not a Turk, but a butcher off that. He gets a 1,001 count as Cook tries to roll through. Let's see if he can settle back, come with a reverse half Nelson. And now he's got a power half Nelson. That's going to be the end of our first period. And Wickman's going to stay up 2-0. Wickman's choice is going to defer over to Cook. And Cook's going to choose neutral. Keenan Cook, a sophomore at 8 and 17 for the Dodgers. Drive over on Highway 20 to 30 today and into Cedar Rapids. 1:48 underway, second period. Wickman doing a nice job working the head. Got to set up that fireman's carry. Cook with a long staggered stance, left leg forward, leading with the left leg. Wickman's leading with the right leg. There's a nice shot, high crotch by Wickman. Boy, he's got to cut across to a double. Now he gets his head back to the inside where it belongs. Let's see if he can Kelly Cook for a 2-point takedown. He kept the arm. I'd like to see him continue to take that right to his back. No dice there, as now he's going to come with a tilt. Keenan Cook on his back as Connor Wickman comes with the tight waist tilt. He's got that right arm of Cook trapped around his stomach. He's got a chicken wing now on the right side. He's going to get a 3-point near fall out of the tilt. And now double inside wrist by Wickman. 57 seconds left to go. He's going back to work on the tilt. Wickman up, by a score of 7-0. Heading the side now, Wickman trying to set up a drive cradle, and Cook blocks that. Now chop, tight waist by Wickman, controlling that right arm now, and looking for some more back points. I think he could chicken wing this guy up, Jamie, and just slap him right to his back.
I think he could too. He's got to break him down. As Cook's doing a good job of fighting off what Wickman's trying to do here. Is another stalemate.
Stalemate? Stalemate, I guess. I don't know. Usually you're going to stop that. Somebody's going to be stalling or something. Called it a stalemate. So we're going to get a restart. There's a nice inside stand-up by Cook. And a nice power half Nelson by Wickman as Wickman brings Cook back down to the mat, and he's going to pick up.
There it is.
The fall. 3:56, Jamie. So Connor Wickman will keep wrestling at weight class 132. Bo Vasky for West Delaware is in the semifinals, and he will be taking on Trenton Johnson.
Yep.
Trenton Johnson from Fort Madison.
2 falls.
We're waiting for Tim Tutton to come up at weight class 145. Vasky now is 19-9. Johnson is a senior at 14 and at 16-5 now, so he's been beaten 5 times. So see what Bo Vasky has there. Now weight class 145, Tim Tutton will be taking on Garrett Brunson, the freshman from Muscatine, who is 2-7. So winnable match by Tutton. Weight class 152, Max Ridenauer received a backside bye, so we will not see him for a while. 160, Jake Voss is in the semifinals. He received a first round bye, then a 15-second fall. Weight class 170, Brent Lammers is in the semifinals. Lammers with the fall in the first round at 115, then with the 14-2 major decision. He'll be taking on Cody Jones from Oskaloosa, who's a junior at 15-8. So let's kind of see what happens. Tim Tutton is on deck on mat number 1 right in front of us. So let's take another short timeout and then stay with us. We'll have Tim Tutton, and then we'll have another short break, and then we'll have Scott Taylor and Will Winger and Corey Russell. So we'll be bang, 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 and then I'm sure they'll take a break before they get into the semis. We'll find out. Stay with us. You're listening to Hold by Hold Wrestling right here on KMCH.com today from Cedar Rapids Jefferson High School, home of the Jayhawks.
Welcome back into the Cedar Rapids Jefferson Jayhawk Invitational as we get you set for more consolation round action. We're going to have this consolation round, and then we will have and we're going to take our lunch break for today, and then we'll get you back with the semifinal round. But right now, Timmy Tutton is up in front of us in the consolation round, and Tutton at weight class 145 today, he's taking on Garrett Brunson, and Tutton with a quick takedown and looking for near fall points, now looking for the fall. A nice job there by Tim Tutton. You got to get the fall here. And they're out of bounds.
Now he's going to pull him back in, Jamie. He latched on and pulled him back in and didn't get the fall there. And Brunson rolled off his back. Well, the Hawks have had a better round this round. And only one wrestler eliminated from the tournament so far. That's Logan Riley at 120. And they did not bring a 106-pounder today. And they probably were going to send Austin Howell to Starmont today, Jamie, but that meet got canceled. We had a little snow and blowing snow in the tundra today, so we called off the Starmont duels today. So West Delaware JV missed out on an opportunity, as did some other schools. Hard tight waist by Tutton. Short sit out and turn in by Brunson. Now Tutton looks like he's going to throw a drive cradle in on Brunson. Let's see if he can get it locked up. He's got 31 seconds. He's got it locked up. Let's see if he can get the fall now. He's going to step in and put the double spur, and there's the fall. 137. So they're doing a nice job winning and getting the falls. So those are 3-point wins. I think on the backside, the bonus points, the pins still count as 2, and the advancement is 1 point on the backside. So every one of those is a 3-point win for your team.
And that's what the Hawks need right now if they want to get back into here, because taking a look at the team scores at this point, the Hawks still in 4th place, but Alburnette's in 5th place with 90.5 points. Westell in 4th with 91 points. Clinton in 3rd place with 96 points. Fort Madison's in 2nd place with 108 points. So that's 17 points separating the Hawks and the 2nd place team. And Cedar Rapids Jefferson kind of running away with it here, 149. But yeah, I tell you what, I know they're in Class 3A, but I tell you what, it's good to see Jefferson coming back, because I don't know. I'd have to ask maybe Coach Briggs when the last time they won their home tournament was, because I don't remember it.
Well, there's been times we've been down here, Jamie, where they've been in 9th, 10th, 7th place, and, maybe pleased to have one wrestler in the finals, and they'll have several wrestlers in the finals here today. And, that's a credit to what they're doing. They're kind of turning things around down here, and there's a lot of history. All you got to do is walk down that hall. When we go to take our lunch break, you walk down that hall, and they've got a great big trophy case of the Cedar Rapids Jefferson wrestling history, and they've got some good history here, and they're trying to recapture that. So good job and they're still relatively young, so kudos to Coach Briggs and the rest of the staff here at Jefferson for doing some good things. Our next match will be at 182. That will be Coy Russell taking on Nick Dreckman from Cedar Rapids Jefferson. So an opportunity to knock one of the Jayhawks out of the tournament, and for Coy Russell to stay in the tournament. So let's take another short break here, Jamie. We'll be back with Coy Russell, then Scott Taylor, and then Will Winger, and then we'll be into the money round and money matches. Stay with us. We got more action for you from the home of the Jayhawks, Cedar Rapids Jefferson, on KMCH.com.
Welcome back into the Jefferson Jayhawk Invitational. JB Vasky, Roger Reed back with you here as we get you set for some more consolation quarterfinal round action as Scott Taylor is up for the Hawks. Coy Russell will be up shortly for West Delaware as he will be on mat number 4. Scott Taylor back over there on mat number 3, and Scott Taylor is taking on Kyle Salazar, a freshman, at 13 and 10. So a winnable match here for Scott Taylor. He's just got to make sure that he takes care of that.
Well, you're exactly right, Jamie, and that's he's got to find some offense and get going here early. Not save that offense till the last 15 seconds like he did in that preliminary match. He lost that 3-0, and he was in that match to the end and just waited a little bit too long to get his offense going. Well, we'll see. They're still running 2 minutes. There's a long shot by Taylor, and at least he took a long shot, a little bit too far away, no setup as Salazar pushed him away. We'll see if he can set that shot up a little bit better. Salazar, a very tall, lanky freshman. Taylor working some collar ties, working some inside control. And we'll see if he can hit that throw by. There's a snap down by Salazar, working the head of Taylor pretty well here. Taylor with the green leg band on today. Salazar wearing the maroon singlets from Oskaloosa with the white lightning bolts on the front side and back side. And West Delaware again in their traditional black singlets with the orange WD posted on the left side, the left hip, outlined in white. Horizontal Hawks on the back. 48 seconds left to go. Taylor with a long shot and nothing out of it. And again, he's got a pretty good low shot if he can set that up a little bit. Sometimes he waits just a little bit too long to get in and finish that shot. 30 seconds left to go. First period, still 0-0 up on the board. We got Coy Russell coming up here at weight class 182. And this is you win, you stay in, you lose, you got to watch the rest of the day. And that's not very much fun, Jamie Vasky, to come down here and get knocked out of the tournament. Then you got to sit down and watch everybody else wrestle.
Exactly, and that's some of the Hawks are going to have to do that here is sit here and watch some of their teammates go. So, he's got to. We got to come out here and we got to start winning some of these matches and staying in the tournament.
All right, 182 now. Coy Russell on the mat to our far side, so we're side by side. He's taking on Dreckman. He's a sophomore. He's 7 and 13. Nick Dreckman from Cedar Rapids Jefferson. So there's a nice stand up by Scott Taylor. Scores 1. Now he's up 1-0 with 1:50 left to go in the second period. So we're back to our feet. So somebody's got to get going on their feet. Dreckman and Russell going at it, and Dreckman with a lot of forward pressure on Russell. So we'll see if Coy Russell can set up that double leg takedown that he shoots so well. I think he's getting good forward pressure, so maybe a couple of taps on the head and a hard drive, set up that freight train double, and he might be able to score 2 here on the young sophomore from Cedar Rapids Jefferson. Jefferson put together a fine tournament today. They're in the lead. They're in the team lead with 140. There's Russell with a long shot. Boy, didn't get his hips in at all. That was a reach. Dreckman with the go behind on Russell. Russell trying to catch him. And there's a 2-point takedown now by Dreckman. He's going to try to lift Russell up off the mat. Russell's got to try to come back to his feet and score 1 here to get back in the match. It was just kind of a half a shot and made it easy for Dreckman to hit that go behind. Here's where your mind starts playing games with you, Jamie. You're down, and a lot of times it's easy just to say, you know what, I'm gonna let this thing go, and you got to battle back from that.
Yeah, and right now, Coy's doing a good job. He's coming up to his base, but he's been stopping there. You got to keep coming up and come all the way up and get that 1-point escape, because Dreckman, he's got that tight waist right on, but right there is a switch opportunity for Coy Russell, and now he's going to reach back and grab the head, something you normally don't want to do, but he might pick up some points out of it.
He's got to at least get 1 out of that. He's got the hand split. There's a 1-point escape. Oh, that was a nice job there. He picked up 1. It's now 2-1.
Don't like to see that, but it worked.
And maybe on a sophomore, wrestling a senior might not work. 12 seconds left to go on the far side. Salazar with a body lock on Taylor, and Taylor finds the edge of the mat. 1-0 lead for the senior from West Delaware over the freshman from Oskaloosa. All right, Taylor's going to go back, Russell's going to go back down to start the second period. See if he can get this thing tied up or take the lead with the 2-point reversal. Again, he's got to work some hand control. He's getting to all 4s, but he's not doing anything to control the hands. He's got to work a little hand control on Dreckman. Now Dreckman with the drive cradle, and Taylor has to stretch forward to break the grip. Russell's got to go forward to break the grip. Now, boy, Coy Russell gets caught on his back, Jamie. And there's a fall. Coy Russell gets knocked out of the tournament. Oh boy, what do you say right there? That was that was just no movement at all. You set out in face, but you had no hand control, and that made it easy for Dreckman just to scoop the arm, go around the head, and won by a fall. So Coy Russell will get knocked out of the tournament today. He will go 1-2 on the day also. And again, not many points there for the Hawks at 182. Well, Scotty Taylor up on top. He's got Salazar on his back. He's looking for the fall here. He's got a minute left. He's got the freshman on his back, but here's you got to finish. You got to kick off the legs, and boy, let Salazar off his back. That's where you got to, Jamie, you got to be a shark right there. You got to smell the blood, and you got to get out there and finish right there. You had Salazar on your back, and you just had to kick off your legs. He wasn't to a tee out. Salazar was wrapping his legs up. And now you're up 4-0 with 40 seconds left to go on the mat. So we'll see if Scotty Taylor can finish this thing up. 25 seconds left to go. And we should have Will Winger up here pretty quick. 17 seconds left to go. Taylor still sitting on that left ankle of the freshman from Oskaloosa. And it looks like Taylor will advance with a 4-0 win. So he'll have at least one more match left to go today. Again, they do not wrestle that 7th and 8th place match, so you got to continue to win. So we'll wait and see who Scott Taylor will have in the consolation semis. All right, we're waiting for Will Winger will be the last Hawk to wrestle this round.
And he is in the hole on mat 3. Well, now he would be on deck.
All right. So he is on deck on mat 3. Will Winger is. So moving along pretty quickly here now in these backside consolations. Last week they went 1-2-2 on the backside. They're going a full. Okay, Will Winger will be up right now on mat 3 as the wrestler from Hempstead took a default, win by default. So Will Winger will be up, and he will be taking on Talon Burke from Muscatine, who is a junior. So we'll see if Will Winger can get back on the winning track here. He had a first round bye, then he lost by fall to Gannon Gremmel from Dubuque Hempstead. And he's got this junior from Muscatine who's 8-10 right now. Lost to Robbie Carruthers from Alburnett in the first round. All right, underway we go. This will be the last match of these first 2 rounds for the West Delaware Hawks, as Richie Heverin at 285 is in the finals. Jamie, semis. Did you want to do a short recap after this, Jamie, or not? We'll wait.
We'll do it before we start the semis.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. All right, Will Winger taking on Burke. Let's see if he can work some magic here and stay in the tournament. Score some much-needed points for the West Delaware Hawks as they're trying to get back into that second place. They went from 5th to 4th and a few short points out of second. So a good round here, pretty good round here. And it's going to take much more than that to solidify that spot in second place. It's 1:17 left to go. Will Winger with a hard collar tie on Burke. Burke now trying to come around the head of Winger. Boy, opportunity for a duck under there. Will Winger missed it, as Burke's right elbow was way out of position. I think Will could have hit that duck under and scored 2 there, but he missed it. Hard snap down by Burke. Nice recovery there by Will Winger. Will Winger on all 4s driving into Burke, and off the edge of the mat they go. Hustling back to the center is the senior from West Delaware. And 49 seconds left. Back to neutral we go. Burke doing a nice job being heavy on the head of Will Winger. Winger now with the 2-on-1 Russian tie. Let's see if he can turn that into a double or a sweep single. And Burke's going to square off and free that hand. Straight pressure by Will Winger now as Burke goes to a double underhook. Got to be careful. Burke trying to load up Will Winger and launch him. And Will Winger's going to sag and block him off with his head. 24 seconds left to go. Jay, we've seen that a couple times today. The West Delaware gets in that throw position, and I don't know if they panic or, they just look real uncomfortable in that position.
And I know that's something that Coach Voss doesn't want the kid, doesn't want them to have a habit of doing, is getting into a situation where your thrower be thrown. And, sometimes if you do get caught there, that's what he talked about this morning. Take that chance. Yeah, if it's successful, you're going to score a lot of points. If you're not unsuccessful in something like that, you'll learn from it.
Yes, you do. And I'll tell you what, the opportunity right here is you want to be cautiously aggressive if there is such a thing. If you've got to move there, you're fighting to stay in the tournament. So you want to keep yourself in great position here if the opportunity arises in which you can get a throw or score a big point. you want to do it. Nice stand up by Will Wenger, and he's going to score 1, and we're going back to neutral. That's good motion. Tell you what, the West Delaware cheerleaders had to scurry there as they had Burke in their lap off that very nice movement by the senior from West Delaware. Nice movement by Will Wenger to score 1 there. Now you got to go back to work on your feet. 1:31 left to go, second period. Wenger up 1-0, no points after the first period. Wenger took down, scored that initial first point. Now an overhook by Wenger on the right side of Burke, and Burke is going to square him off. Wrestling on the edge of the mat. Burke feels comfortable in that double underhook, likes to wrestle there. Wenger's trying to block off, and now gives Burke a shove off the edge of the mat. Coach Vaso, they're saying keep your elbows in. I think if Will comes right back to that snap down, maybe a snap to a front headlock. He had Burke almost tied up in it that first period. Couldn't quite score any points. We'll see if he can go back to work here with 54 seconds left to go. A 2-point takedown would be huge, as it's going to be Burke's choice, I believe, in the third period. Wenger, a lot of straight line pressure. Here's that double underhook by Burke one more time, trying to jack, get Will Wenger up out of position. Inside trip attempt. You kind of see that coming. Wenger sags, blocking off with his head. He might get warned for stalling. Got to give a little forward pressure back and get out of that. Will Wenger down now. And now he's going to drive Burke into the bleachers. 28 seconds left. There's the whistle. Hard collar tie, throw by attempt by Wenger. There's a duck under attempt by Burke. He's in deep on Wenger. He's got Wenger lifted up off the mat. He picks up 2. Now he's got a half Nelson on Wenger. Now he's got Wenger on his back. And Wenger comes out, rolls back down to his stomach. So a 4-point move by Burke with 15 seconds left. And Jamie, that's what you hate to see right there.
Yeah, definitely don't like giving up. You know, you're right in there. Short time left in the period. You're up, got a 1-0 lead. Now it's going to be Burke's choice going into the third period. And he's probably going to choose down. You give the escape. Now you're down 4 points just because of you slacked off a little bit in the end of that period.
Well, Burke shot that high cross with his head to the outside, and I think Wenger would have come with a hard cross face. There's a snap and spin by Burke, and he's going to pick up a 2-point reversal and maybe more. 6-1 now. So Will Wenger has a ton of work left to do in this third period to get himself back into this match. Now it's going to be now he needs some big time points here. Going to have to come out of a scramble. Burke throws a cross body right in and gets himself way out of position. There's a good opportunity for Wenger to score, and he missed it as Burke's hips were down to the mat. Hard cross face by Burke. Wenger's going to get back to his feet. Going to fight some hands here with 1:20 left to go. Let's see if he can score that point. And Burke's going to pick up Will Wenger, take him back down to the mat. Long switch attempt by Wenger and blocked off by Burke. 1:11 to go. 6-1 is the lead for the junior from Muscatine. Wenger now trying to build his base up, and Burke sitting over that left ankle. Tell you what, you got to do something now, Jamie. You got to create a scramble. You got to create a roll. You know, something 2-point reversal and 3 back. But it all starts with motion. Now you can't sit around.
No, you can't. You got to keep moving, and that's what's gotten Will in this predicament he's in right now.
36 seconds left to go, and then takes a peek at the clock, and it's a hard, tight waist by Burke. And a Wenger down underneath. Not much movement left in that singlet. Got 26 seconds. If you're going to score 5, you got to do it pretty quick here. Got to create some motion, maybe hit a side roll, maybe 2 and 3. But Burke's applying a lot of pressure on top, and Jamie with 10 seconds left to go in the match. Burke in control. He's up on top of Wenger. It looks like Burke will win that. Going to get a full Nelson, so Wenger's going to score 1. Now a 2 and 2. Now a 2 and 2 right here. And Burke's going to go over to the blood table there.
And now I think with him going over to the blood corner, I think is it Wenger's choice? Nope. I didn't know how many times he'd been over there, injury time.
Rolling back, 2 and 2. And Winger trying hard to score there, not going to do it, and that's going to be a 6-2 loss there for Will Winger. So he'll get bounced from the tournament, and his day will end at 0-2. A first-round bye to get him on the front side of the bracket, then had a bye on the backside. He lost 2 matches today, so he will drop to 13-15 for the year. And again, the Hawks will not score any points at all at 2:20.
Well, we're going to take a break now as we're taking our lunch break at this point. So we will be back with the semifinal action. Probably about 15-20 minutes they'll get this thing going. So we'll be back with more from the Cedar Rapids Jefferson Jayhawk Invitational as you are listening to 2:25, so about 25 minutes here. You're listening to West Delaware Wrestling from KMCH Sports. And welcome back into the Cedar Rapids Jefferson Jayhawk Invitational as we get you set for the semifinal round action. Jamie Vasky, Roger Reed back with you here as we are set for action. The semifinals are underway at 106 pounds. We do not have any area wrestlers at 106. 113, Patrick Woods from West Delaware will be in the finals, or the semifinals, and he'll be taking on Nathan Feldman from Dubuque Hempstead. Woods has 2 falls so far today in 52 seconds, or 54 seconds, so a good day so far for Patrick Woods. At 120 pounds, Logan Riley from West Delaware is out of the tournament. At 126 pounds, Sam Phillips is in the consolation semifinals as his next match will be against Reese Hageman from Marshalltown. At 132 pounds, Connor Whitman from West Delaware is in the consolation semifinals. He'll take on Willis Knox of Oskaloosa. 138 pounds, Bo Vasky from West Delaware is in the semifinals. He will be taking on Trent Johnson, the top seed from Fort Madison. At 145 pounds, Timmy Tutton from West Delaware is in the consolation semis. He will take on Anthony Piagentini from Johnston in the consolation semifinal round. At weight class 152, Max Ridenauer from West Delaware is in the consolation semis. He'll take on Drake Halbum from Alburnett. 160 pounds, Jake Voss from West Delaware is in the semifinals. He will take on Lane Gray from Fort Madison in the semifinals. Weight class 170, Brent Lammers in the semis. He'll take on Cody Jones from Oskaloosa. 182, Coy Russell from West Delaware is out of the tournament as he went 1-2 on the day. At weight class 195, Scott Taylor from West Delaware is in the consolation semifinals. He will take on Jake Stecker from Boone in that consolation semifinal round. At weight class 220, Will Wenger from West Delaware has been knocked out of the tournament as Will goes 0-2 on the day. At weight class 285, Richie Hevron from West Delaware is in the semifinals, and he will take on top seed Quentin Taylor. Last week they met in the finals. It was Taylor winning by fall. On Thursday night they wrestled at Bent Community, and Taylor won that match 2-1, so redemption time here for Richie Hevron, Roger.
Well, you're exactly right, Jamie, and this must be what class 106 in front of us. I thought this was Drew Sams and Tristan Lara.
It's Drew Sams and Ben Moyer.
Ben Moyer upset Lara.
No, that's on the back. I believe that's on the back. It's on the back side.
Oh,
Sam's
okay.
got beat.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. All right, you got me straight as always. You kept me up and going here, so we figured it out. Well, Jamie, we didn't. I know you're going to locate a team score for us. The Hawks did not have a very good round in that particular round. So there's going to be 4 weights today where they're going to score a minimum number of points. And as we talked about on the way down, as you talked with Coach Voss on Coach's Corner, as you continue to progress during the course of the season, they got to score points at every weight. And those winnable matches, you got to win. And those matches that you're not favored, you got to really fight and bite and kick and grunt to score as many points as you can.
You really do. And, you know, you look at this tournament here, and it's just a Jefferson tournament. This is where we're supposed to start building. And right now we're not building. You know, right now the Hawks have too many guys in street clothes after those first couple rounds. You know, you go down the line, we didn't have a 106-pounder to start with, so that didn't help matters for the Hawks. 120, Logan Riley's out. Lost Coy Russell and Will Wanger, and you know that's you can't have that. You got to score points, especially down the road. If you want to win a conference tournament as a team, a conference team title, you got to wrestle a lot better than they are here today, and it's unfortunate, but the Hawks have got to come in.
Exactly right, and we've got Mr. Steady Eddie, Patrick Woods, taken to the mat right now, and I can't believe he did not get 2 for that. As front headlock. The official has not signaled 2 yet. Patrick Woods is on top of Nathan Feldman. He's a freshman from Dubuque Hempstead. And I'll tell you what, he came with that front headlock. Now they gave him 2. Came with a front headlock and blocked the far knee and set Feldman on his left hip and covered his hips. I thought he had 2 and 2 off that, but no points. He's working on his textbook double chicken wing right now. He's got that left arm tied up. Let's see if he can get that right arm tied up with it. Now he's got a single wing on the right side, lost the left side, but he's back to work with 107 left to go. Woods has been on the mat a total of 47 seconds today, and he's after that Gregorian award for the most falls in the fewest amount of time. So we'll see if he can throw Feldman to his back here and work the fall here. He's got a chicken wing on the right, still working an inside wrist on the left, and Feldman is belly down, basing out, playing Mr. Defense. 45 seconds left to go. Again, semifinals. The winner will punch his ticket to the finals. The loser will go to the backs to the third and fourth place match.
And you mentioned those team scores coming into this round. West Delaware's in 5th place with 95. Alburnett has 97.5. Third place is Clinton with 106. Second is Fort Madison with 108, and Cedar Rapids Jefferson is in first with 167. So, you know, the Hawks got to try to come back and get second place here today.
Yeah, so it's going to take a huge. This round right here is going to determine. This round here is going to determine a lot. There's a 1-point escape by Feldman. I think Woods just cut him loose here. 20 seconds left to go. There's that front headlock, knee tap again. Go behind by Woods, and he's going to pick up 2 as he covers the leg of Feldman, and he's working on drive cradle off that. So a nice move there, that front headlock and far knee tap, and I'll tell you what, he's pretty slick with that. It's 4-1 with 4 seconds left, and I think Woods is going to just keep Feldman down to the mat, and that's going to do it for the first period. Good period for Patrick Woods. That's going to be Woods' choice. He's going to go down.
Feldman comes in here. He's ranked 9th in the state in Class 3A. Drew Sams, who's wrestling in the Consolation semifinals right now, is getting beat. He's ranked 10th in the state in Class 3A. He's getting beat 5-3 by Ben Moyer from Alburnett. And Ben Moyer, he comes in here. He's unranked. So another upset possibly here for the Alburnett Pirates.
Well, they've had a good tournament so far, and you know, they wrestled real well here last year, and they're the only 1A school in the field, so they kind of wrestle with a chip on their shoulder. And Moyer's going to win this match 5-4. There's 3 seconds left. And it's going to be 5-4. So we'll see if Sams can score a 1-point escape with 3 seconds left to take it to overtime. It's a 5-point move by Moyer. Sands was ahead 3-0. There's a Granby roll attempt, and that's going to do it. Moyer's going to win the match. Woods back to work now. 6-1 off that real nice reversal. Now he's got a chicken wing. He's got Feldman in trouble. He's got Feldman going to his back. He's picking up back points right now. He's got a single wing. Single wing on the left. Could be a fall here by Woods as he's going to back over. He's going to high leg back over. Reverse half Nelson by Woods. He's got Feldman in a world of hurt. Could be a fall. Slap the mat, Mr. Official. 42 seconds left to go. Patrick Woods is in great position right now. He's chinning that. There's the fall. Nice job. 3 minutes and 23 seconds. 3:23 for Woods. That will punch his ticket to the finals. So a good match coming up in the semifinals. On the other side of that bracket is Eric Birnbaum from Fort Dodge. He's a junior at 22-3, and Zach Fowler for Alburnett. He's a senior at 23-3, and that match must be on deck somewhere. So, Jamie, great job by Patrick Woods. 3 falls. He's been on the mat a total of 4 minutes and 4 minutes and, let's check that out, 46.
I think this was a 34-second fall.
That wasn't 24?
No, it was 34, I believe.
Oh,
I think
34.
that's what they had on here.
All right. Anyway, he's been on the mat about 4 minutes and 10 seconds. So he's averaging a little bit over a minute and 15 seconds per match on the mat. So
32 seconds.
32?
Yep. 32, 22, and 3:23.
All right, 22, 32, all right. So a nice job there by Patrick Woods. Again, we talked about anticipating that great match between Woods and Pohlmeyer, but we're not going to see that as Pohlmeyer. Henry Pohlmeyer, the returning state champion from Johnston in Class 3A last year at 113 pounds or 106 pounds, I guess it was. That's Patrick Woods has not lost a match in 365 days. So Pohlmeyer put the last ding in Woods' armor, and we won't see that match, that highly anticipated match with number 1 and 2A against number 1 and 3A. We will not see that today. I imagine there were many coming today, Jamie, anticipating that match, but there'll be some that'll be a little bit disappointed. As Woods knocks out number 9th ranked Nathan Feldman from Dubuque Hempstead. He's a freshman against Hempstead's got some young kids, Jamie. They might be an up and coming team in that Dubuque area.
Yeah, I think they will. As you know, right now they don't, not a whole lot over there for wrestling, and there hasn't been for a couple years for in class 3A for the over in that Dubuque area. So maybe this is their chance to come over here and start picking up and getting themselves into that, you know, that highest level over there in Dubuque.
Well, you're exactly right. So Fowler and Birnbaum are up on mat number 3. Well, we're waiting for our next match. We'll be at weight class. We have nobody at 120. Our next weight class will be at 126, and we'll have Sam Phillips taking on Reese Hageman from Marshalltown. He's a freshman at 10 and 9. So we'll be looking forward to that match. So let's take another short time out. We've got some great sponsors here keeping us up and running on KMCH.com today. We'll take a short break. We'll get a drink. We'll be right back with some more action. Stay with us. You're listening to Hold by Hold action from the Jefferson Invite on KMCH.com.
Welcome back into the Cedar Rapids Jefferson High School as we've got Jayhawk Wrestling Invitational coverage for you here on KMCH.com. As coming up next in the consolation semifinals, we got Sam Phillips from West Delaware. Sam Phillips is taking on Reese Hageman from Marshalltown. Another winnable match here for Sam Phillips, and he needs this one. He's really got to fight back here in this latter part of the day.
Well, you're right, Jamie. Again, this is a repeat of last weekend. Sam got won his first round, got beat in the quarters on a tough match, and then come back and pinned his way to 5th place. He's working on that same thing today. Lost a tough, kind of a controversial match in that quarterfinals to Rashad from Cedar Rapids Jefferson. Now he's done a nice job on the backside. He's got 2 pins today and to go with that 1 loss. So he's going back to work. He's got a freshman right here that's 10 and 7 from Marshalltown. So he's got an opportunity to get another fall here and score more points for West Delaware. West Delaware dropped back to 5th place in the points, so every win and every point they get is going to be huge. Nice cradle by Phillips. He's got Hageman on his back. Boy, that's the fall. 52 seconds. So Phillips will be wrestling for 5th and 6th with the 52-second fall there. So you get 2 points for that fall. You get another 1-point advancement on the backside. So that's a 3-point win.
And your 6th place points.
And you get 6th place points. So nice job there by the senior from West Delaware. You know, he does a nice job. Yeah, disappointed that he lost that match, but he's done a nice job. A lot of times on the backside, you get a senior, you know, I want to be in the finals, didn't make the finals, so I'm just going to throw the rest of the tournament. But Sam's done a nice job fighting back and 2 pins on the backside. Great job. We should have
Bovaski's up over there on mat number 3.
That mat number 3, Jamie, we just can't seem to Can't seem to shake that mat 3. We got Bo Vasky taking on Trenton Johnson. He's a senior at 14-5. He's the top seed. So, these two guys are pretty even Steven here, looking like physicality-wise. Lean 138-pounders. They're both about the same height, same build. And we'll see if Bo Vasky can work some magic here. A very tough first-round win, 2-0 in overtime. And then a nice fall in the semis in 232 over Ilg from Clinton. And now he's got Johnson. Johnson has had 2 falls today also, so Bo Vasky will have his work cut out for him.
Connor Wickman's going to be up right on mat number 2, so we're going to have them side by side over there.
Long single shot by Bo Vasky, shot with his head to the outside. Johnson on a reshot's got the right leg of Vasky picked up. Hard whizzer by Vasky on the edge of the mat. We'll see if Vasky can hang on here with that counter. And Johnson's going to sit him on his backside, no points yet as Vasky fights off of it. Nice job by the senior from West Delaware. Connor Wickman from West Delaware at weight class 132, taking on from Oskaloosa, Willis Knox. He's a freshman at 6'10". So Jamie, your senior Connor Wickman, you just got to come out and be physical.
Yeah, you really do, and that's one good way to do it is he's going to throw a lateral drop right off the bat. He's going to pick up 2 and some near falls. Now you just got to get the fall there. This is what we've been talking about all day. You got to smell that blood here and get the fall, but he's going to let him roll through.
Yeah, you got your opportunity on the back. One thing as you're coaching, when we're working with young kids, is never let them off their back. Never let them off their back. And Knox is in a high bridge. Wickman goes to a headlock finish, and he's going to get the foul right there in 55 seconds. So Wickman will win by a fall in 55. So he will wrestle for 5th and 6th place. So that's a nice job by Connor Wickman to come back. That's a 3-point, that's a 2 for the fall, 1 for the advancement, and plus you get your 6th place points. So the Hawks are building up some team points here. 0-0 first period for Bo Vasky. So this would be a huge win for Bo Vasky right here. He's wrestled a very good first period. Again, Johnson's got 5 losses. So he's been beaten 5 times. So Bo Vasky's got to keep the pressure on here.
And there's no ranked wrestlers at weight class 138. So this is one of them wide open weight classes here. I don't think, was there? There was one.
Now one ranked wrestler.
Not in weight class. Not in 3A. Must be someone from. Is it an Alburnett wrestler? Connor Shaliston. He's not here today,
So there's a nice 1-point escape by Vasky, and we're going back to neutral. So, boy, a 2-point takedown. If Bo Vasky could shoot that shot again, work that single, finish it, cut across to a double, that would be huge to go up 3-0. And he's doing a nice job with hand control. There's that high crotch. Got him deep. He's latched onto the left leg or the right leg of Trent Johnson. Let's see if he can step up and finish it. He's doing a nice job traveling, making Johnson work. Johnson comes with an underhook, pulls Vasky up, and they find the edge of the mat. They got to get a restart. That's the shot that you're talking about, Jamie. Got in that nice high crotch, and there's a high crotch by Johnson. Nicely countered by Vasky. Another shot by Johnson back to back. Nicely countered by Vasky again. Underhook now by Johnson to the left side of Vasky, and Vasky finds the edge of the mat. Coach Lenz and Coach Litterer, L&L, sitting in the corner there for Bo Vasky, telling him to keep that hand down, protecting that right leg as Johnson's looking for that right leg. There's a hard shot by Johnson again. Front headlock now by Vasky. Let's see if he can finish it. Great position if you're Bo Vasky to be in right now. Vasky with the front headlock on Johnson, reaches down for a single, and Johnson comes back to his feet and backs out, and we got to go again.
Bo's got to take a shot here. Johnson's taken a majority of the shots here. There he is. He took a long shot, not one you would like to see, but he had to do something because I think too many more shots by Johnson would have been maybe a stalling call.
Well, boys, right.
You got to finish that.
You're exactly right, Jamie. He was in perfect position to score there, and he had Johnson That's going to roll through and off the edge of the mat. Let's see if he can pick up 2. And boy, oh boy, that was a good scramble.
But when you get in there, you got to finish. I mean, you had an opportunity. You had him. You were in there on the shot. You had him. You were behind him, and you let him up. You know, you just got to attack the legs. You know, all Johnson did there was got his legs back underneath him. You got to get in there. If you're that close to finishing, you got to finish the shot.
Yeah, they lost,
especially in a match like this.
They lost the 1 point up there on the scoreboard. I don't know if the lights are burned out over there or what, but there's 7 seconds. You can't give up a point here now, Jamie. If you're Bo Vasky, you got to keep your feet moving. Johnson's working that head and trying to go here. Vasky's doing a nice job there. We're going to go to the 3rd period. And it's going to be Johnson's choice. Coach Lynn's back over to the score table. They had 1 up there. Then the one was not showing. Bo Vasky has the red or the green leg bands on. Now they put it back up. So Vasky up 1-0. Again, Bo Vasky is tough on top. He's a good rider. I would like to see him work some back points here on Johnson. He's a senior at 14-5. There's a stand-up by Johnson. Vasky drops in on a single. Hard whizzer by Johnson. Johnson now stuffing the head of Vasky. Vasky in on a double. He's going to lift Johnson up and back trip him, take him off the edge of the mat. Good scramble there by both wrestlers. Bo Vasky gets up a little slow, hustles back to the center of the mat. Johnson set. Vasky's going to ride the right side, the left side this time. And there's an inside stand-up attempt by Johnson. Vasky again's going to drop in on that single. Let's see if he can lift and turk, Jamie. Boy, there's back points. Oh, boy. That was 1,001. Again, that's a nice job by Bo Vasky. And I'll tell you what, he's wrestling with a little bit more passion today, Jamie, than we saw last weekend. And I think maybe last weekend was a good learning experience.
And I think now he's going to go to the corner. He's got a bloody nose over there, just Bo Vasky. So, you know, you talk about it. This is an opportunity for him. You know, we talked about it, you know, this morning with Coach Voss. This is an opportunity. You got to start beating some kids that you're not supposed to beat. And this is that opportunity for Bo Vasky. Beat someone you're not supposed to beat here. You know, you're going up against the number 1 seed. You're the 4 seed. You're not supposed to beat this kid, but you're up 1-0. You got 1:30 left in the match. Go out there and get the win here.
You're exactly right, and you just got to keep wrestling with confidence. You know, you're up on top. You're riding. You stopped your first move. You had a pinning combination on before we had to stop for blood, and I'm sure that's what Coach Lenz and Litter are saying over at the blood table there. Keep wrestling, break him down, stop the first move, work your head lever, work your bar series, set up a pinning combination, and get after it. 8-6. Hempstead over Jefferson, 8-6. All right, got some cotton in the nose, got our mouthpiece in. We got 1:29 left. Bo Vasky clinging to a 1-0 lead, and we've got some blood on the mat. All right, we got some coaches out there. We got the blood team out there taking care of the mat, and we got all kinds of action going on. Tell you what, the intensity level is up just a little bit here. After this round, Jamie, it's just placing matches. Got the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. They will not wrestle for 7th and 8th today like they did last week. I'm not sure why they don't do that here. You know, I don't know if it's a matter of that would be too many I don't think it'd be too many matches. All right, here we go. We're set. Vasky going to ride the right side, left side. There's that stand-up by Johnson. Vasky drops in on that single, and it looks like Johnson's going to scoot around behind Vasky and pick up 2. No, not yet, as Vasky's clinging to that left leg. He's got to get his head up, though. Boy, trap that right arm. Trap that left arm, Bo Vasky of Johnson. Now Vasky in deep. Nice hip action there by Johnson. Vasky's got Johnson picked up in the air. Johnson's trying to scoot behind Vasky for a 2-point reversal. No points there yet. Vasky come around the waist. Take him to his back, Bo Vasky. Vasky has Johnson going to his back. Let's see if we can get some back points there. Count him up. Count him up. Now he's got a chicken wing. Boy, he's got a chicken wing. Step out and run it, and Johnson gets rid of the wing. Boy, that
get him out of bounds. Get a fresh start here.
Boy, that was it had to be close to two near fall. Boy, just inches, and a 2-point near fall would have been huge. 2-point near fall would have been huge right there boy, he was very, very close. And again, you got those opportunities. You got to make the most of them. And Bo Vasky stayed with that scramble. And you know what's coming. That inside stand-up by Johnson will be coming right here. Bo Vasky's done a nice job picking up that far ankle. I would be a bit surprised if Johnson switched up on him here, maybe try to sit out or try to switch. But you got to be ready for anything. Stop that first move, break him down, work that wing series, get a tilt, get some back points, and get out after it. Next on deck for West Delaware will be Tim Tutton. And that will be at weight class 145. And then weight class 152 will have Max Ridenauer. Weight class 160, Jake Voss. 170, Brett Lammers. And then 195, Scotty Taylor. And 285, Richie Heverin. So a lot of action yet to come. These are semifinals on the front side, semifinals on the back side. Again, when this round is done, we know who will wrestle in each of the placing matches. All right, back to action. There's that stand-up. There's Vasky dropping in on that single. He's going to lift Johnson up. Johnson with a long switch attempt. Vasky's going to cut across. Boy, you got to drive across, Bo Vasky. There's that long switch attempt. Trap the free arm, Bo Vasky. Got to reach up and trap that left arm. Johnson's posted with his left arm. Vasky's got to reach up. Nice job. 23 seconds left. Okay, now back trip. Boy, Johnson up again. Off the edge of the mat. Got to watch two. 16 seconds. Boy, now, Jamie, it's nuts and bolts. It's crunch time right here. It's seeing the eye of the tiger. You got 16 seconds to fight this thing out. Vasky's going to ride the right side this time. Going to stop that inside stand-up. There comes that stand-up by Johnson. Again, you don't want to give up two here. Vasky's still got a hold of that leg. 8 seconds left to go. Vasky's going to try to hang on.
Get the fall.
Get the fall. He's got some back points there. Vasky's going to win the match here. That's going to win the match. Bo Vasky's going to win the match. No fall, but he picked up two near fall
3-0
for a 3-1, 3-0 win. What a match. Tell you what, that's just what the doctor ordered right there, Jamie Vasky. And, we've seen glimpses of Bo Vasky wrestling well during the course of the year, but there's been some inconsistency. That's 3 solid matches right there. A 2-0 overtime, a fall in 2:34, and then a solid 3-0 win. Hey, that's the way to wrestle, to hang on to that tight lead.
You couldn't ask for anything better than that right there for Bo Vasky. So nice job by him getting that match and getting the victory there, getting himself into the finals.
You look on the bottom side. I don't know who's on the bottom side, but you got a freshman seated third. You got a senior at 15 and 6. It's anybody's. It's Ducini. He's 15 and 6. So that's a winnable match right there for Bo Vasky, and that would be unbelievable. Wow, what a match! That was a fun one. Smart match, well wrestled, and that's conditioning, that's mat sense, that's knowing where you are, and congratulations there to Bo Vasky. Seeded 4th, he's going to improve his seed by a couple of places there, and that's what it's all about. Let's take another short time out. We're going to wait for Timmy Tutton. He's going to take on Piagentini from Johnson. Anthony Piagentini, he's a sophomore, 10 and 13. So that's a winnable match for Tim Tutton. Stay with us. We got more matches just like the last one right here on KMCH.com.
And welcome back into the Cedar Rapids Jefferson Jayhawk Invitational. We're back to action here. What a bunch of action we've had so far as Bo Vasky with a big win in the semifinals gets himself into the championship round. Patrick Woods did the same thing. Connor Whitman with a fall to get himself in the 5th and 6th place match. So the Hawks are improving as the day goes on, and now we're up to weight class 145. We got Timmy Tutton taking on Anthony Piagentini from Johnston, a sophomore. And Timmy Tutton up right now, and he's looking nice single leg, but Piagentini gets away.
Jamie, Tim Tutton is very explosive. He's very, very quick on his feet, and be anxious to see him start making those shots count. That was a really nice low single, and he latched onto the laces, but Piagentini just kicked himself right out of it. But a great shot by Tim Tutton. And again, very, very quick on his feet, very light on his feet, very physical wrestler. Again, putting that all together, developing some mat sense and some positioning and knowing where you are and knowing the situation. There's a tap and go by Tutton, now front headlock by Tutton. Let's see if he can make that work. See if we can turn that into 2. He keeps cutting the corner on Piangentini. Picked up the 2. That's a nice job right there. That's what you like to see. Nice snap down to a front headlock. Cut the corner on Piangentini. Now he's got a chicken wing on Piangentini. Now let's see if he can load that up. He needs to get an inside wrist on the far side. He's trying to set up a double wing. He's got 45 seconds. He's got a deep single wing on the left side. He's got an inside wrist looking right at him. And let's see if he can get out and run this thing. Boy, load it up and run it. He's got to sink that in, elbow to elbow. That's a nice job, keeping that wing in deep. Now maybe an over the top or a snap back. He's got that Piangentini posted on his right hip.
I don't know what he's trying to pull it over. You got to get to the wing side and run it.
Yeah, he stepped over with it now. Let's see if he can lock up. He's trying to lock up that double. He's got 12 seconds. So he had a deep wing in, didn't get any points out of it. Now he's going to try to scoop it and set up a farmer, and he's going to run out of time, I believe. 2 seconds left to go, and that's going to do it. But a nice, solid first period by Tim Tutton, 2-0. Now it's going to be Piangentini's choice. He's got the green leg bands on. And it's going to be Tim Tutton's. He's going to defer over to Tim Tutton, and Tim's going to choose down. See if we get that explosive. Stand-up from Tim Tutton. There comes a cross body ride by Piangentini. And now he's got Tim Tutton stretched out. Now a hard forearm to the back of the neck by Piangentini. He's got Tim Tutton stretched out. He's got the double leg in. Tell you what, Jamie, right here, you got to post those elbows, keep those elbows in, work your head up, try to get a stalemate, and then get on the restart, get back to your feet.
Yeah, you really do. You got it, because right now those legs are in, and there's not a whole lot Timmy Tutton can do. He's flat on the mat, and he's got to come up there. Stalemate.
Yeah, we got the stalemate. Now you can't lay around here, okay? Looks over to Coach Meyer and Coach Phillips there, and again, both of them were saying, get to your feet. That's where you're the strongest. There's a nice stand-up. He went outside instead of inside. Now a short set, and there comes a crossbody ride by Piangentini again. Tutton up 2-0, but again, this is kind of his nemesis underneath. So Piangentini with the crossbody ride in on the left side of Tim Tutton. Again, you got to pull those elbows in. Pull those elbows in. Get your knees back underneath. Build your base. And right now, Piangentini's got a crossbody right in on the right side. He's got a double inside wrist in. And Tim Tutton, nice sit-out turn in by Tutton. He's to his feet. That a boy. That's a nice job right there. That's just what the doctor ordered. Now he takes a 3-0 lead with 48 seconds left to go. Let's see if he can set up that front headlock again. Piangentini is only a sophomore. He's 10-13, so you got to get up on him and make him fight back to get back into this match. Hard collar tie by Tutton, drops in on a single. Let's see if he can cut the corner. Got to lift, cut across to a double. Tim Tutton, he's trying to lift that single, cut across to a double, now drive.
There you
now
go,
Turk.
Nice job.
Now he's got a Turk in on Piangentini. Let's go cross face, nice job. Cross face from right to left to the far shoulder. He's got Piangentini in trouble. He's picking up some back points right now. That's a nice job. Let's see if he can grab that ankle. It goes cross face, far shoulder. Talboy is out, 8 seconds left to go, but that's going to be a 2-point near fall by Tim Tutton, so a 4-point move. He goes up 7-0 into the third period. And let's see his choice. It's going to be Piangentini's choice. And he's going back up on top. So let's get right back to your feet, Tim Tutton. You're up 7-0. Get up to your feet. That's an escape for one. Tried to come to stand up. Piangentini came with the cross body, and Tutton catches one of the legs. And let's see if we can turn that into a sit-out turn-in. And Piangentini's trying to get the other leg in. Tim Tutton's doing a nice job keeping his elbows in right now, so Piangentini cannot get underneath him. Might get a stalemate right here. Piangentini in now with the left leg. And now he's coming underneath both arms and looking for that power half Nelson. Again, 1:29 left to go, third period. Tim Tutton hanging on to a 7-0 lead right now. And again, you got to get back to your feet. Crossbody ride, both of them in now, both legs in, power half Nelson. Again, pull those knees up underneath of you, keep those elbows in. Keep that head up, stay away from that power half, stay away from that rotation. We'll see if we can get another stalemate here and get a restart off of this. As Pingiatini's not getting much here, Jamie, and Tim Tutt's not doing much underneath.
No, he's really not, and I don't know what our official's thinking about here, because sooner or later you're going to have to stop it because neither wrestler is making progress. There it is. Now, if you're Tim Tutt, you got to explode out of here. Don't give him that opportunity to throw the legs back in if you're Tim Tutt.
Let's see if he can come back to that explosive stand-up. He came with the outside stand-up, now short set. Now he's going to come to his feet. There's your 1 point. Now you've got a major decision. And now you got to keep wrestling here.
And right now these team points are important because the Hawks have gotten back into third place here. So you really have got to, now's the time you really got to push forward and get those points. I think they're only 3 points out of second place. So you're the Hawks here and you're Tim Tutt, and you got to get that major decision.
Well, that's 2 points, plus you get the six place points in there. So that's huge with 14 seconds left to go. Don't give up 2 here. There's a long shot by Tutton. He's in deep. Let's see if he can turn this into 2. Nice shuck. Nice job of keeping the pressure on. 5 seconds left. Got to hold it right there. And 1.8 seconds left. Good match by Tim Tutton. Tutton's going to advance. Now that's a solid match, Jamie. And again, that's what you expect. That's an 8-0 major. That's a 2-point win there. So Tim Tutton will wrestle for a 5th and 6th. And again, after getting knocked out of the tournament last week, he's in great shape there. He's going to get at least 6th, and that's a pretty good finish. We've got Max Ridenauer now taking on Drake Hallblum. And 2 pretty good sophomores going at it right here. And Drake Hallblum, 10 and 15. So Max Ridenauer just has to keep the pressure on here, set up a good shot. Hallblum's got a good cradle. He's a good bar arm wrestler. And Max Ridenauer's got to just get after it here. Keep the low shot, stay with it. There's a drop-in single by Hallblum. And had that left leg of Ridenauer up, and we found the edge of the mat. This is a crucial match right here, Jamie, because Alburnett and West Delaware are going back and forth in that second, third place position. There's a Hallblum back in on a single hard whizzer by Ridenauer, and off the edge of the mat they go.
Yeah, he's got to, like you said, he's got to find something here, set something up, and get to work on his offense. This is Max's really his biggest tournament that he's been in so far in his young career. But you got to shake the jitters here. You've been in a match already. There's a 2-point takedown as Hallblum kind of let up a little bit, and Ridenauer dove in on a double leg and got the takedown. So nice job there by Max.
I was watching the bleachers up there, Jamie, and watching Mrs. Ridenauer's expression. So that's kind of fun. She's wrestling the match too. You can see her up there. She's wrestling the match with Max. So Max got a nice chicken wing in now. He's got a half Nelson on the left, chicken wing on the right, half Nelson. Unless he's going to stack Hallblum up. He's got back points. Oh, boy, get the fall there, Max. High leg over it. Reverse half Nelson. He's got Hallblum on his back. Reverse half Nelson. Let's see if he can pick it up. Chin that shoulder down. Got a lot of time. He's got 35 seconds. Tee out, Max. Chin that shoulder down. Reverse the half. Tighten it up. That's got to be the fall, Jamie. Oh, that's the fall. Oh, boy, had the fall. Now he's going to turn him back in. Get over there, Mr. Official. 20 seconds.
Now?
Boy, that's got to be
flat.
Your head
and look.
Boy, I had it right there. I'll tell you what, the official down there looking close. There's the fall. There's the fall by Max Ridenauer in 149, Jamie. Ridenauer by a fall in 149. That's a great match. I'll tell you what, Mrs. Ridenauer up there is pretty excited. That's a great match there by. You get the 6 place points. You get the 2 points for the fall. You get the advancement points. And I'll tell you what, that's just what the doctor ordered at 152.
Jake Voss is going to be up over on mat number 2 right now, as he is going to be taking on Lane Gray from Fort Madison. Gray is a senior at 13 and 4.
And an unknown commodity here, unseeded 5th coming into the tournament. So your number 2 seed was Dylan Calkins from Boone. So Gray with a win there. So, you know, the Hawks got a little roll going here. Let's see if they can keep it. Brett Lammers will be coming up next for the Hawks, so we might have them side by side. Lane Gray, there's Voss in on a shot. Let's see if he can turn that into 2. That's got to be 2 right there. Thank you very much. As Voss drops in on a double, sits Gray to his backside, keeps his toes in. And that's a great takedown by Jake Voss. And that's kind of like, that's what you kind of like to see right there by your senior. There's a 1-point escape. Voss is going to cut Gray loose. And we're going to go back to our feet.
Has found himself in a match here. 2-1, he trails it here, and these two are physical down here. Really getting after it.
That's weight class 170.
Taking Springus from Boone. Uh-oh.
Oh, Kyle Springus.
Uh-oh. Come on, Jake.
Jake Voss finds himself on his back, and that's going to be a 4-point move by Gray.
2-2.
And I'll tell you what, that Gray's a little physical. Escape and a 4-point move. Jake Voss finds himself down 5-2. I'm not sure if Voss cut him loose just a little bit. Voss is tough on top. You like to see him. You like to see him thump guys on top for a little bit. All right, Gray going to Butcher out in front of Voss. Voss is going to come to his feet. He's going to stand up. Let's see if he can score 1. Got to be 1 right there, I think. Referee looking, and no point there. The referee's going to talk to these two in front, Jamie. This has turned into a UFC card. 48 seconds left. Jake Voss finds himself in a hole. Tell you what, that Gray is, he's attacking from the get-go. Voss came to a stand-up, and Voss tried to split the hands, and Gray right back in. All right, 42 seconds left. Jake Voss coming to his feet. He's going to split the hands of Gray. And once again, oh boy, Jake Voss needed that on the middle of the mat. Needed that on the middle of the mat.
I don't think he likes to do that in the middle of the mat. Always seems like he does that when he gets on the edge.
We'll see if he can score 1 here and get back to his feet. There's a nice stand-up. 5-3 now, 33 seconds left. There's a low single by Voss in between the legs of Gray. Let's see if he can split it now. Might get 2 and 2 here. Don't want to give up 2 here as they come out of the scramble. No points yet, 12 seconds left to go. We'll see if Voss can get 2 here. That's a nice 2-point takedown. We're tied up now. That's solid wrestling by the top-ranked Voss as he covered the hips of Gray, and it's 5-5 going into the second period. Voss is wearing the red leg band, so let's see whose choice it's going to be. Disc is flipped. It's going to be Voss's choice, and he's going to defer over to Gray. Match in front of us, Dylan Winfield and Kyle Springus. It's deuces. Winfield's ranked number 1 in Class 1A at 170. All right, we're going neutral here. Voss in on a single. He cuts through the legs of Gray. Let's see if he can turn this into 2 and maybe more. Gray's going to hang on to Voss. Voss is going to drop Gray to the mat. Gray's hanging wrapped around the waist of Voss. Voss is wrapped around the left leg of Gray. We'll see if Voss can spike that heel of Gray and cover the hips. He's got to pull his head out. We'll see if he can turn that into 2.
Nope,
and he's going to turn that. No points yet. He's covered the hips. That's got to be 2 right there. He goes up 7-5. So 1:26 left to go, second period. Winfield still gets a snap and spin on Springus to go up 4-2. Brett Lammers on deck. There's a 2-point reversal. 2-point reversal by Springus. They're going to give him 1. So it's 4-3. Sit out, turn in, stand up by Gray, and Voss is going to escort him off the edge of the mat with 1:05 left to go. Lane Gray, kind of an unknown commodity here from Fort Madison, but he's pretty shifty, Jamie.
Yes, he is, and he's giving Jake Voss everything he can handle here. But you know, Jake's just got to keep doing what he can do, what he does on his feet, and continue to build this lead here.
So Voss is going to try to tilt. He's got him tilted. He's going to pick up. Might have to fall. There's a fall. Boy, had Gray posted to the mat, pasted to the mat.
This has been frustrating.
You know, Again, there's Voss again. He's got Gray in a wing. He's going to reverse out of it. Reverse half Nelson now. He's going to pick up 2 more. Let's see if he can turn Gray to his back and get the fall here. 32 seconds left. 32 seconds left. And that's a 2-point near fall by Voss. Again, he goes up 12-5, so he's working on a major. Winfield up 5-3 right now with 1 second left. Going to go to the third period. Voss up 12-5 with 10 seconds left. And that's what Jake Voss does. He wears on you, he wears on you, he wears on you, and then he's going to turn you over. And he's got Gray going to his back with a half Nelson, and time's going to run out.
Uh-oh. Did you see that facial expression when Gray got up off the mat?
I did. He
doesn't look like he's got much left in the tank.
He's been hit by a tornado by the name of Jake Voss right there. Voss has scored 11 unanswered points. There goes Jake Voss. He's got that bulldog. He's going to drop in. Gray comes to a stand-up, and Voss is going to escort him off the mat. 7-3 now, Winfield ahead of Springus. 148, Voss ahead 12-5 again. Jamie, you got to be thinking about bonus points here. You got to get the win first, then you got to be thinking about bonus points. Voss is going to lift up Gray, take him back down to the mat, grab an inside wrist on the left, and now let's see if he can break the senior down from Fort Madison. The Bloodhounds coming up here, making a long drive this morning to wrestle. They're up here every year, and it's kind of good to watch them. They bring some good wrestlers to this match. There's a nice job by Voss. He blocks the left leg of Gray, takes him back down to the mat. Winfield has Springus on his back. Could be a fall here by Dylan Winfield as Springer is posted to the mat. And that's going to be a fall. Dylan Winfield with the fall to end it. And that's just Dylan Winfield staying after it. All right, he threw his headgear, Jamie. You didn't catch him. They got stuck up there on the shelf underneath the scoreboard. Springus threw his headgear. They got stuck on the shelf right underneath the scoreboard on the light. So that'll teach you to throw your headgear. Jake Voss going on a tilt on Gray. Gray doing a nice job blocking that tilt up. Voss is going to lift and return. He's got 37 seconds left to go to turn Gray over. Again, you'd like to have that major decision for bonus points. Everything's a bonus point here if you can score. If you can score here, I'll tell you what, he's got 30 seconds. Let's see if he can get it. He might get the fall. He's got Gray on his back. There's a reverse half Nelson now by Voss. He's going to get at least 2 out of it. It's going to be 14-5. And that's going to give him the major. Over on mat number 3, or mat number 4, we got Brett Lammers taking it. Jake Voss is going to punch his ticket to the finals with a very solid 14-5 major over Lane Gray. So he'll get the second place points plus the bonus. Could get the fall. He's going to get 3 more there. No back points there. But Voss with a very solid match after falling behind there, Jamie. That's what you would expect out of your senior. Let's see if the Hawks can keep it going. They got a little momentum on their side.
And now we got Brent Lammers taking on Cody Jones. Lammers the 3 seed, Jones the 2 seed here. As we get going, here's Lammers in on an outside single. He's going to bring Jones down for a 2-point takedown. Nice job by Brent Lammers picking up 2 and taking a 2-0 lead here.
Cody Jones is 14-8, Jamie. I'm not sure how he wiggled his way into that second seed, but that's a lot of losses to be a second seed. You got a first-round bye. And then he beat Jared Sykes from Fort Madison, who was 6-12. Lammers has wrestled a first-round fall in 115 and then a 14-2 major over Hovey from Cedar Rapids Jefferson. So Lammers is on a bit of a roll too, and he is 22, 23, 24-1 right now, looking for win number 25, and he's taking it to Jones from Oskaloosa. We'll see if he can ride this last 14 seconds out of the first period. Got Scotty Taylor coming up at 195, and then Richie Hebron coming up in that semifinal at heavyweight. So Got a couple of Hawks left. The Hawks have had a very nice round here. They've garnered some very important team points here. And we'll see if that was enough after this round. Jamie will have the team points for you. And we'll see if the Hawks have wiggled their way back into second place. All right, 6 seconds left. Jones tries a long switch on Lammers. Lammers is going to block the switch. And that's going to do it for the first period. Brett Lammers, a nice first period. Lammers' choice. Notice the Hawks aren't deferred much today, Jamie. They're making a decision right away.
And that's what you got to get the points here. Lammers has an opportunity. All right, do I let this thing start off and be 2-1, or do I grab myself a 3-0 lead and go back to work on my feet? And I think that's what Lammers is going to do now. He's up 3-0 with the escape. Now he can go back to work and build on that lead.
Jones tried to latch a cradle, lock a cradle up on Lammers. Lammers did a nice job controlling the hands. I'll tell you what, when you're wrestling a cradler, you got to control those hands. There's a nice inside single now by Jones and a nice whizzer by Lammers, and he's going to pull Jones off the edge of the mat, and we're going to get a restart. There's that low single again by Jones right on the whistle. Johnny Quick Feet there, Brett Lammers moving those feet, and Jones not able to latch onto the laces of Lammers. 1:24 left to go. Brett Lammers hanging on to. There's a throw by Jones in on a double to try to lift Lammers out of position. Lammers did a great job fighting it off, and Jones is going to come up with a 2-point takedown. So Jones with the throw by, dropped in on a double, and Lammers almost had the counter to it, but Jones got a foot in a back trip. Brett Lammers covered the hips up for a 2-point takedown. Now here comes the legs in the cradle. 1:08 left to go. Jones is a crossbody rider. And I was going to try to set up a guillotine. And let's see if Lammers can work his way out of this and get 2 and 2. He's going to try to stack Jones up. Got to be careful here, as Jones has a crossbody ride in, and Lammers let Jones have that left arm momentarily over his head, tried to stack him up. And we've got 42 seconds left to go. It's going to be Jones's choice the third period, so Lammers has got to score another point here, Jamie. Chicken wing now by Jones on the left side of Lammers. Lammers is belly down right now. He's been called for stalling once. He's got to get moving. He's got to build that base. However, Jones is riding parallel right now, trying to control Lammers with that chicken wing. Now all fours. Lammers up to all fours. Lammers trying to get to his feet, and we're going to get potentially dangerous and off the edge. Coach Litter says, hey, you got 15 seconds. You got to score one right here.
And I tell you what, we talked about that decision in the second period for Lammers. Now you're sitting here, and 3-2 your favor is the reason you went down to start that second period, because if Jones goes down and gets the escape, now you're losing 3-2. So Lammers got an opportunity here. He's got to get one more point here.
Yeah, he's got to score big time here. There's a nice hip heist. Let's see if he can score big points. There's 2 and no 2. Boy, he was up on top, tried to hip heist, and he couldn't get his hips down to the mat. He had his hips on top of Jones, and Jones just rolled him through. Good scramble. 2 good wrestlers here. Jones's choice. He's going to defer over, or he's going to take down. Brett Lammers tough on top. He's got to ride this thing out. Looking for some back points. You're talking 1, not 2 right here. There's a long switch by Jones. Lammers is going to step in and try to Turk that. He's usually pretty good in this position. He's going to try to split the legs of Jones and step in and Turk it. He's got the Turk loaded up. Let's see if he can make it work here. And Jones is going to go belly down. Lammers is going to keep that left leg pinched up behind. Hard crossface now by Lammers. Let's see if he can set up a crossface cradle. Boy, he's got it going. He lost the crossface as Jones stretched out that long body. Inside wrist now by Lammers. Let's see if he can pull that out to a wing. Nice job here as he's got that inside wrist rolled out. Oh boy, got too far out in front of him. Jones has that single. Lammers picked up. Again, you want to give him 1 here, not 2. Like to latch onto that and not give him any points at all and get a stalemate. Jones is going to pick up that left leg of Lammers, cut across to a double, and we're off the edge of the mat, and it's going to be a 1-point escape. 3-3. 1:09 left to go.
Got to go to work on your feet here.
Yeah, Jones has picked up his intensity here a little bit after Lammers scored that first period, that pretty easy takedown. Now you got 1:04. You're leading. You're tied up. Again, it's a gut check time here. There's that long single. There's a front headlock by Lammers. Let's see if he can turn that. He's got to step behind and pick up 2. Nice job by Brett Lammers. Picked up 2. Now let's see if he can lock up that drive cradle. He's trying to lock it up. He's wrapped around the head. And he's going to scoop. He's going to scoop that right leg of Cody Jones and see if he can lock up that drive cradle. You're in great position right there. 37 seconds left. That's a great ride if you can keep it. Try to lock up that cradle, cover the hips. 31 seconds left to go. Now you're going to keep the hips of Jones down on the mat. Coach Litter taking a peek at the clock. 26 seconds left to go. Inside wrist now on the left side by Lammers. Double inside wrist. He's going to try to roll that right arm out to a bar. 18 seconds left. Brett Lammers got to keep the pressure on, keep his hips flat. Jones is trying to get those hips up. Lammers doing a good job sitting over the hip. 10 seconds left to go. The countdown is on. Lammers is going to join Woods and Voss and Vasky in the finals with a solid 5-3 win over Cody Jones from Oskaloosa. Lammers notches his 25th win of the season with a very, very fine 5-3 win right there. So the Hawks will have 4 so far in the finals. Jamie, the wrestlers they got through to this side have all got to the finals.
And that's what you like to see. You know, unfortunately, those guys that got beat out aren't able to score any more points, but the ones that are still in it have done a great job this round. Got the Hawks back into second place here, and we still got 2 wrestlers yet to go. We got Scotty Taylor coming up and Richie Hevron. So let's take a look at those team scores. Thought we were going to take a look at
While you're doing that, Brett Lammers will take on Dylan Winfield, ranked number 1 in Class 1A, 28-1. Now for Alburnett, Kane Springus was 15-16-2, and Winfield won by a fall. But that was a lot closer match than that fall was. So Lammers with that 5-3 win, a fall, a 14-2 measure, and a 5-3 win there. He will face Dylan Winfield in that final at 170. That'll be a good one. I do not have Voss's opponent.
He's taking on Sedlacek.
Sedlacek, all right. I'm from the southwest side of Cedar Rapids, Jamie. Sedlacek. Along with the Kolaches and the Czech Village down there, so. Weight class 182, Coy Russell was knocked out of the tournament, going 1-2 on the day. 195, Scotty Taylor will be up here shortly as he will be taking on, I know you'll have that for us here in a second, Jamie. Scotty Taylor's opponent at 195. Like to see those Hawks.
Jake Stecker from Boone.
Jake Stecker from Boone, who came in at 2-2. Okay, so that's another winnable match again. A winnable match for Scotty Taylor. And then, of course, Richie Hevron at 285. Richie Hevron at 285 will take on Quentin Taylor from Bent Community in that 285-pound semifinal.
We'll wait for Scotty Taylor here and take a quick break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware Wrestling from KMCH Sports. And welcome back to Cedar Rapids Jefferson High School as Scott Taylor takes the mat for the Hawks. Mat number 4, Scotty Taylor is taking on Jake Stecker from Boone. Coming in here, he's a senior, comes into the tournament at 2-2. He's won 1 match today, lost 1 match. So another winnable match here for Scotty Taylor. And again, the Hawks need these points here if they want to stay in the hunt here and try to, you know, be in the lead for that charge for Jefferson. I think there's 50 points separate them, so maybe might not get the Jayhawks, but second place would be huge here for the Hawks.
Yeah, it certainly would, and that's you know, we talked about that. You talked about that with Coach Voss. We talked about that on the way down. You know, kind of guesstimating where the Hawks would finish today, and we thought, you know, if they wrestle real well, they got a shot to challenge Jefferson, and if they don't wrestle very well at all, they're going to be anywhere from 3rd, 4th, or 5th. So. We'll see what happens here. We've got some huge points left to get. We got 10 wrestlers still alive. And again, a lot of points out on the mat yet. So this thing is far from over. So Scott Taylor Scott Taylor, if he wins this match, he's got the least he can get is 6th. If he loses this match, he's done for the day. So he's taking on a wrestler that's only come into the tournament wrestling 4 matches. So what you've got to do is really push the tempo here. Use your match shape. Use your, Scotty Taylor comes in at 15 and 13. He's wrestled 28 varsity matches. So you've got to take that and use that to your advantage. And Stecker's very lean and appears to have some pretty quick feet. So he's not too big upstairs. He's very tall and lean. So see if Scotty Taylor can really work heavy hands, make Stecker carry his weight. And this first period is going to come to a conclusion, come to a close here, and it's going to be 0-0. What else would you expect, Jamie? We have to keep a tally on the number of periods Scott Taylor goes first period and doesn't score a point. But that's better than giving up a whole bunch of points. If there is
when you're
an upside
scoreless,
to
you give
it.
yourself a chance here.
So it's going to be his choice. So he's going to go down, and Stecker very long on top. You might expect some legs to come in. Scotty Taylor belly down on the set, just off center of the mat number 4, straight ahead in our line of sight. And Stecker applied a lot of pressure forward. Scotty Taylor's got to get his base build up. He's got to post those elbows and drive back over his hips so he can get his hips back up on top and get his hips up and try to work an escape. 1:27 left to go as Taylor finds the edge of the mat. Coach Payton up offering some encouragement. There's a nice switch attempt. Taylor to his feet. Let's see if he can pick up 2. That's a 2-point reversal. That is huge right there. That's some quickness right there as he got to his feet. He switched up. Stecker thought he was going to come to a stand-up, and he came to a switch and then right to a stand-up, and Stecker now to his feet. Taylor's going to drive him off the edge, and that's going to be a warning against Taylor. And Coach Lentz said, hey, break him down, look for a pinning combination. Boy, the way Stecker's got his base under here, Jamie. Stecker's got his base here, Jamie. He's given Taylor his ankles. He ought to be able to sit over the top of one of those ankles. And Taylor gets called for warning, I think, for pushing Stecker off the edge of the mat. Boy, he ought to be able to take an ankle there. Short sit out and a turn in by Stecker. Taylor does a nice job now. He's got that left ankle of Stecker controlled. Now it comes to a hard crossface. He's got a good cradle if he can lock it up. He's trying to lock his cradle up, Jamie. We haven't seen this for quite some time. He's got it locked up. He's got Stecker on his back. Could be a fall. There's the fall. Scotty Taylor, 3 minutes and 14 seconds. 3:14, Scotty Taylor. Now, we haven't seen that. We know he's got a great cradle, And I'll tell you what, he's pretty happy right there. He gets some high fives, and, that's getting the job done.
That is, and that's what you like to see out of Scotty Taylor coming in. And, we talked about how important that match was just for him to win, but he comes out and gets the fall, and what a great job there by Scott Taylor.
Well, here we go, the last match for West Delaware this round. Richard Heverin here taking on Quentin Taylor at 285. And again, like Jamie said earlier, these two have met. This will be the 3rd time in 7 days. And Taylor hanging on to a 2-0 lead in the series. But each time it gets a little closer. Last Saturday in the finals of the Benton Community Tournament, it was a fall by Taylor. It was a close match up until that point. Richie Heverin got himself out of position just a little bit. And then at the duel on Thursday, it was a 2-1 win by Taylor. So, the West Delaware Hawk coaches have met with Richie, and they've got this thing strategized. These two guys could meet. These two guys could meet again in the finals next 2 weeks from today at the WAMAC tournament. Now, you just never know how that's gonna play out. So. Let's see what happens. 1:14 here. Coach Payton and Coach Litter in the corner today for Richie. And again, this is a little bit more controlled match, Jamie, than Richie's wrestling right now.
Yep. And that's, he likes if he can stay in a match and just hand fight and try to find himself You know, he's got a good throw by. He's got a good duck under that we like to see him use. But if he can sit in here and control that tie, it gives him an opportunity to hit one of those two moves.
Well, we'll see what happens. We got 43 seconds left to go on. We got 36 seconds left to go in first period. And it's 0-0 as Taylor's trying to work a 2-on-1 on Heverin, and Heverin wants nothing to do with that. So again, both wrestlers just working some upper body, just pummeling, hand fighting. And Taylor now comes to a double tie and he tries to pull Heverin down. And Richie does a nice job. Again, Richie's very powerful, very quick. He's got some really good feet. And I'll tell you what, if he could snap Taylor and hit that go behind, that would be huge. Again, doing a nice job working the head of Quentin Taylor. And we're going to be 0-0 in the first period. And it's going to be Taylor's choice, and he's going to choose down. Wasn't any hesitation there at all. And we'll see if Richie can ride him a little bit. There comes that stand-up by Taylor. Richie's going to reach down. I'll tell you what, he lifted Quentin Taylor up off the mat. He got Quentin Taylor up off the mat. Boy, throw a cradle in, Richie. Cradle him up. And he gets out in front, a little bit too far out in front. Got to pull yourself back behind. Taylor's got hand control on Heverin, and Taylor's going to pick up a one-point escape. Well, I'll tell you what, Quentin Taylor came to that tripod stand-up, and Richie grabbed onto one of those big tree trunk thighs of Taylor and lifted him up off the mat. He had all of Quentin Taylor up off the mat. So
that
124.
Takes some strength.
Yeah, and now you just want to be patient here, Jamie. You know, you're down one. It's going to be your choice in the third period. You know, don't force anything. Keep working the head. Keep working the head. Use your conditioning. You know, hand fight in here. Get inside position. Pummel. Again, Quentin Taylor's got some long arms. He's doing a nice job controlling that head. Now a double tie by Quentin Taylor. Taylor now forcing the issue on Heverin. Heverin's going to have to do a little bit of moving forward and start doing some head snapping of his own. 46 seconds left to go. Nice job there by Richie. He had a couple back steps. Now Quentin Taylor trying to get underneath that right arm of Heverin. Heverin backs out, controls the head of Taylor. Heverin now doing a nice job with the collar tie. Hard collar tie with the right, retie with the left to Quentin Taylor. 27 seconds left to go. Taylor hanging on to a 1-0 lead. It's going to be Richie Heverin's choice, though, to go to the third period. Boy, don't give up a takedown right now, Big Richie. 17 seconds left to go. Again, Quentin Taylor doing a nice job forcing the issue, giving straight line pressure. And we'll see what happens here. 9 seconds left to go. It's interesting, Jamie, because you got TJ Murphy coaching for Benton, who was a really, really good official before he got back into coaching. And you got Mitch Payton over in the hot corner, who was a really, really, really good official too. And they're both in the corners.
Coaching against each other.
Coaching against each other.
Both graduated from West Delaware, so.
All right, nice tripod stand up.
Come up, keep coming up.
Richie Heverin to his feet. Taylor fighting the hands.
Break the hands, that away.
Nice escape. 1-1. 1:44 left to go. Boy, now you need that shot. Now you need that little go behind. You need that little duck under. And Quentin Taylor drives Richie Heverin off the mat into the bleachers. We're going to get back in, and Coach Litter up off his chair said, hey, you got to move forward. Taylor's applying a lot of pressure right now. Richie's got to start moving forward and apply some pressure of his own. Well, I think, Jamie, if he snapped Taylor's head down, Taylor looks a little gassed right now. If Richie snapped his head down and hit that duck under on the rebound, I think he'd have it. And now we're going to get stalling against Heverin. We just knew that was coming. You knew that was coming. So back to work we go. Richie's got to move forward. He's got to apply some forward pressure, and he's got to work his offense in the center of the ring. Again, Taylor in a bull rush, and he's pushing Heverin off the edge. Just straight line. That's all he's doing right now is locking onto a collar tie, and he's bull rushing Richie off the mat. 1:01 left to go. Richie's got to push back here, Jamie. You can't back up. Hard tie by Heverin. 56 seconds left to go. Again, boy, could post that arm of Taylor, and I think he could hit him with the duck under. And Taylor, there's a duck under attempt right there. Oh boy, he's got that. If he can hit that underhook, hit that duck under, he's got an opportunity with his quickness to score on Quentin Taylor. 37 seconds left to go. 1-1 is your score. Richie Heverin has been warned for stalling. Again, nice collar tie by Heverin, retie by Taylor. 28 seconds left to go. Both wrestlers take a peek at the clock. Maybe Taylor will force a bad shot. There's a duck under attempt by Taylor. Nicely countered by Heverin. 19 seconds left to go. We may have overtime right here. 15 seconds left to go. Taylor working that collar tie. Richie Heverin working the tie. Snap down attempt by Taylor. 7 seconds left to go. And I think we're going to go. Oh, there's a long shot by Heverin. He's in deep. And he's going to run out of time. Boy, ran out of time right there.
Here.
Great shot, great opportunity right there. And here we go.
I wouldn't have done that. I'd have made him wait till after the tournament to get his headgear back.
I would too. We've got some kind-hearted souls here. The wrestler from Boone threw his headgear and it got trapped on the shelf way up in the gym. And
come on, Richie.
All right, we got overtime here. Well, again, create some motion, shoot that shot, sweep single, get to the outside. Don't let Quentin Taylor put his weight on you, and you got the win, Richie Heverin. 33 seconds left to go. Collar tie by Heverin, retie by Taylor. 25 seconds left to go. I'm not sure that Quentin Taylor's going to shoot underneath Heverin. There's a half a shot by Taylor, and Heverin's going to back out. And I can't believe our official would call stalling at this point, Jamie.
I wouldn't think so. You're not. Unless he wants to completely determine this match, which I don't see.
Yeah, because that would do it. 12 seconds left to go. A hard tie now by Quentin Taylor. Retie by Heverin. And we're going to go to period number 5 here. 4 seconds left. And we're going to flip the disc here. There's Heverin. And period number 5. And let's check it out. It's going to be Heverin's choice. Got to go down. Got 30 seconds now. Oh, and they got to mark it. They got to let it run here. Both wrestlers are getting, I don't know why they just didn't leave it at a minute. All right. There we go, 30 seconds. All right. Richie now has got to score early. Here comes that stand-up attempt. Got to get to his feet. There's a tripod. Taylor trying to lock up a cradle. And Taylor reaches down. 20 seconds. Got to come right back up. Taylor latching around the waist of Heverin. Got 14 seconds left to go. Got to get off the mat. Got 10 seconds. All right, got 10 seconds now. You got to score. Here's where that mind starts playing games with you again. You got 10 seconds. You got to score 1 here. Got 10 seconds to score 1. Got to get right back your feet. There's his feet. 2 would be huge. Taylor does a nice job posting the heels of Heverin.
Oh, now you got to hold him.
Now you got to ride him or turn him. Ride him or turn him. Keep him down. Or if he gets up, there's that double thigh ride. He's going to latch on. He's going to pick in. Boy, step in and Turk. Step in and Turk, Richie Heverin. Nice job. Pressure forward. He's got Quentin Taylor flattened out. He's got to climb up. He's got his hands locked. Heverin with his hands locked around Taylor's leg. He didn't call that hand lock, Jamie. 13 seconds left to go. He's got to ride him out. I think Heverin got away with a hand lock there. But we'll see. He'll take it, though. There's that stand up. Heverin's going to reach in and pick up that leg of Taylor. Let's see if he can take him to his back. There's your 2-point reversal, and there we go again. 2-1. Well, what a match again. Great match. 3-1. Taylor will win that.
It's a good effort again, though.
That is a really good effort.
I mean, you're talking about a kid who was previously ranked to start the season against, a Richie Heverin who hasn't wrestled before. So nice job there by Richie. And we're going to get set. There's going to be a short break here, so we'll take a break, come back with the championship round, as it's going to be a good one. We've had some good matches so far, and we'll see plenty more here in this championship round. as we move forward. So you're listening to West Delaware Wrestling from the Cedar Rapids Jefferson Jayhawk Invitational right here from KMCH Sports.